And we're live for now.
Yes.
Until yes, until we die. We're live now.
Oh, great.
We had some problems syncing up.
Technical.
Yeah. But we're here. I don't know. There's no real plan, really.
Not really.
No. I am curious though, because have you continued past episode 6 of Arrow? I am curious.
No, not yet.
Okay.
Usually when I do those, it's watch the video, edit the video, and upload the video that day.
Oh, okay. Okay. I see. Let me share this to the group as well. It's been forever since I've actually watched, like legitimately watched episodes of season 1. Like I've seen stuff that I remember and I want to go back and rewatch it, but I haven't actually sat through it and rewatched season 1. It feels ancient compared to what we're at now, but
well, yeah, of course. That's because I'm late to the party.
well, yeah, but it's good that you're getting on board. Yes.
Of course, like I've said before, to anyone and everyone that talks about Arrow or the Arrowverse, I'm not that big on TV, so to actually get me to watch a TV show, it's got to be highly recommended or something that I'm really interested in.
Well, yeah, that's my whole thing is that I was always, like when I first kept seeing on recommendations on Netflix before I watched it, I kept saying Arrow. I'm like, I know the character, but I'm not really sure if I want to watch a show. And then I got into it and instantly got hooked.
Yeah, see that was my problem too. I guess is I know who Arrow is, Green Arrow. I know who he is. I know the character. I know the backstory in the comics, all of that. But to be watching a show, I don't know if I'm that interested.
Yeah, because it's a lot of commitment. You have to spend a lot of time.
Yeah, and that's one of the reasons why I say I love to watch movies instead of TV is because a movie is 2 hours long and you're done.
Yeah.
A TV show, it's every week, an hour a week, and they always leave you with cliffhangers, and it bothers me.
Because you don't want to have to wait for more information. You want it right there, right now.
Right.
Okay.
But
yeah.
Of course, there are some shows that I like that I have really liked and stuck with, which, like, for example, Hannibal.
Yeah.
That was a great show. I was very disappointed when they canceled that show.
I've never seen it. I heard it's really good though. I've heard
Yeah,
it's really
if you follow or know of Silence of the Lambs and Hannibal Lecter and all the character mythology,
yeah.
The show Hannibal would be something for fans to get into.
Yeah, I mean, I heard so many good things about it, and I heard that when it got canceled, they were trying to shop it around to different networks, trying to get it to go somewhere else. It never worked. So
no, they never did get it picked up.
That sucks. What's up, everybody? Lorelai's here. What up, Lorelai?
It's kind of like Constantine. I want to get into Constantine.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I think it's horrible that it got canceled because of you can't blame the show per se. You got to blame the network because they put it in a horrible time slot.
Yeah.
So I didn't understand why they ruined it. Like Friday at 10 o'clock at night, I think is when it aired, and it's like, what do you expect the show to succeed based off that? Yeah. I don't get it.
My problem was reading about Constantine in graphic novels and in comic books, and then even watching the Keanu Reeves version, the character really has always interested me. I just haven't had a chance to get into that show.
Yeah. I think it's cool though that they brought him. They have brought him into the Arrowverse. His show is canon per se, and the CW have announced on their kind of network, like their app called CW, like the CW app, there's a connection called CW Seed, and they've confirmed they're doing a animated Constantine show with the actor coming back to voice the character. So it's going to be like the Vixen animated show where it's connected to the Arrowverse, which means characters can cross over. So Constantine will have like crossovers on his animated show with characters from the Arrowverse. Whether or not that means he could pop up live action to do that more is a possibility because he actually has a show. Because Vixen, even though it's not the same Vixen from the animated show, is on Legends. So they could bring Constantine onto a live action event.
Wow.
Yeah. It's a lot to take in. But it had his own show on another network, and they got him to come over, and now he's connecting at CW. It's like, yeah, we're doing an animated show. It's going to be a little things, but yeah.
And that's why I need to slowly start catching up, because I'm really so far behind that I'm way behind. I don't know what you guys are talking about. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, it's a lot to take in. Like, when I first started watching Arrow, I was talking to someone about it, and they said, okay, you're watching Arrow? Yes. Okay. So I'm not going to say anything, but when you get to season 2, you'll know when something happens. And when you get to season 2, then something happens. Okay, that's setting up the Flash. Cool. Then it's like, okay, you got to watch Flash first. Like, you have to watch Flash season 1, episode 1, Arrow season 3, episode 1, and then do the back fourth ring, because that's when Flash starts, when Arrow season 3 starts. So, and they air a certain way where Flash airs first before Arrow. So to keep up chronologically with when they reference each other's shows, when there's a crossover event, Flash is always first. But now that this upcoming year is going to be Supergirl, Flash, Legends, Arrow, it's going to air in that order. Supergirl, Flash, Legends, Arrow. It's going to be confusing.
Well, I mean, I think you sent it to me, and one other person within the Reactors League sent it to me, the actual show listings.
Yeah,
it's Arrowverse.
It's really complicated. It really is. Like, because once you do Arrow season 3, Flash season 1, then you get into Flash season 1 or season 2, Arrow season 4, and then in the middle of that, Legends season 1 starts. It's a mid-season show. But then this past year they did Supergirl, Flash, Arrow, Legends. Then after the break, Legends got placed after Flash. So then in the chronological order, it's Supergirl, Flash, Legends, Arrow. So it's like you don't have to watch Legends to keep up, but if you do watch Legends and nothing else, you could get spoiled about other storylines because they spoil things on Legends if you don't watch the other shows, and vice versa.
That was going to be one of my next questions. Is I can't remember what it was. If you were in a live stream or a reaction talking about giving up on Legends, and so I was kind of curious on how that would affect the Arrowverse of your viewing pleasure.
Yeah, it's complicated. Like, that's just, it's like it's sometimes it's hard for me to keep up with stuff because I go back and watch season 3 of Arrow stuff and I don't remember some of that stuff, but it's connected. But yeah, it's just a lot to take in, and the fact that they have a Black Lightning show that's not connected to the Arrowverse, but it's in the multiverse, and it's like it could cross over. It's a lot of work.
It really is. And again, like I said, I'm gonna have to catch up. I'm really gonna have to dive into this. But you know as well as I do that TV reactions are a lot harder to edit.
They are, and it's a pain. But people like to complain when I do a TV edit reactions where I edit the stuff down. They complain that I cut too much, but it's like my schedule doesn't allow me to spend a lot of time like really editing this thing and really focusing on what this, and this. Like, I have to go fast because I have to work at 8 o'clock in the morning the next day. I can't sit here for hours and debate and figure out what I want to keep in, what do I want to cut, because you have to have less than 10 minutes of footage. If you don't, your video gets blocked or even worse, copyright striked. So it's difficult, but the way I explain it and the way I just stick with it is if you react to a moment and you respond to something and you think that and you want people to see that, you want people to hear your response or to see your response to something, keep it in. Because more likely there's a lot of dialogue moments in these shows where you're not going to keep that in. So it's easy cutting. Get out of the way. Move past it. But it's like, when is the right time to cut and when is the right time not to cut? I've kept stuff in where I go, because it pertains to something later in the episode that makes it more interesting.
Right. Yeah.
it takes a lot of time. It takes me like roughly an hour or so once the video is downloaded to make sure it's all synced up and make sure I'm cutting right and make sure that I'm not cutting into something I'm saying or cutting into something where I don't finish a sentence. So I have to really make sure that when I'm cutting stuff that I wait till after I respond, okay, then I cut there. I'm not going to just estimate and guess. I have to like look over the video a bunch of times as I'm editing.
See, that's easy for you because you're doing it by computer, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I've mentioned this multiple times that I am a reactor that does everything by my phone. So it
Yeah.
takes 2 or 3 hours just to do one reaction video. And
Ooh,
then you're talking about a TV reaction, that's 4 or 5 hours just for one video that's 9 minutes long.
that's crazy. But like there's something you can look into if you ever get a laptop. And what are you using, a phone or webcam right now? What are you using?
Right now I'm using the iPhone, but
Okay.
I do have my laptop up.
Okay.
I do edit every now and then with my laptop. It's just much easier to edit from my phone because I'm recording from my phone, so it's already there on my phone.
Yeah. Yeah. The way the people have found this really good way to kind of, the only thing you do, you have to wait until the episode is available to get, so you can do this method, but there's a method where you can use OBS, which is a streaming service, or like a streaming service, but like a streaming app where people use it to live stream, but you can also just straight up record through this app. And essentially you can have your webcam set up and you can have the video, if you have it on your computer, you have the video in the corner where it's going to capture the screen. You could full screen the episode. You're recording your webcam and the video, like you're placing in the corner like a reaction. And so when you go to edit it, it's just one cut. It's not two separate cuts to try to sync it up. It's one cut because you're recording with the OBS, your webcam and the video in the corner. So it takes up a lot of, but you have to wait till like after the episode airs for it to get put up, for you to download, and then for you to record. So it's a process because I record my reactions live when it airs. So I can't do this per se. Because like, so no matter what, I'm kind of screwed because of my work schedule. I can't wait for the episode and then stay up till 2 o'clock in the morning with the one cut. It's going to be a lot faster, but I'm wasting time.
Right. There was an app, and it's not available anymore, but it was available for iOS, for Apple, and it was like React TV, something like that. It was a reaction type of app. You could actually watch a video and it record your reaction at the same time. It was a dual screen app. And it had its own social networking platform, really. So you could record your reaction there on the spot. You could upload it to the React TV social networking site, and then you could download it, save it to your phone, and then you could upload it to YouTube. I don't honestly know why they took that app off. It was kind of a really convenient app to have for people that, record with their phones.
That's pretty, I've never heard of that. That's, yeah. Wow. That's crazy.
Let's see. I'm just doing a quick search. Just a quick Google search. ReactTV.com is still active, but I don't think the app is anymore.
Well, it's interesting because like someone went out of their way to do that. I know that there's other applications where you can record like your YouTube app and you have like your camera like in a circle or something, and people have done these type of things before, which it's bad quality, but it's kind of like that maybe. I'm not really sure. Like so you're able to watch so it's recording through your phone and you're watching a video and it's recording both, or it's recording, okay.
Yeah, essentially, I mean, what you're seeing on the screen is your own, camera view.
Yeah.
But in the actual corner itself is where the actual video is. So you're actually watching a smaller video than what it is on, what you would be watching on YouTube or watching it on a download or whatever. But even though it's a smaller screen because it's already in the corner for you, but you're still reacting to it. You're still watching it. So you kind of have to get pretty close to the phone to watch the video.
That's a huge downside. Like, okay, if you want to use this app, you got to look at a small version of a video.
Mm-hmm. That was the only problem that I saw. But again, it was pretty convenient to have that app. Just a quick, pop it up, because it'll give you live Google searches and it'll give you what's trending on that app at that moment, because tons of people were doing reaction videos. So
Yeah.
you could pop through the searches and see who's reacting to what. And then you could even pop onto their version of a search engine and search for a YouTube video and then pop it on, watch and react to it right there.
That's very convenient, but at the same time, that's spawning, like, not to be a dick, that's spawning bad reaction channels. Because, like, that's not a good way to start, is
right.
to watch a video small in a corner when the whole point is supposed to watch it, on your computer, and you edit it down to that small corner because people have already seen it. Because, like, people are not watching reactions to watch a video for the first time. They're watching it because they want to see your response to it. So that's I get it, but it's just, I don't know. I can see the downside immediately when you said, yeah, the video's in the corner. I'm like, okay. Because I thought you would have said, you see the full screen video on your phone and it's recording you at the same time. So, okay, well, I don't know.
Well, it would be nice to have that feature. If someone would build that feature into an app, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
It'd be convenient. But they tried. It's just, again, yes, it was down in the corner already.
It's basically setting it up like a reaction video would be. Like, it's already,
Yes.
It's pre-editing. Okay. Well, it's interesting. I don't know. I like the traditional, you're in front of a computer. I mean, when my power went out during D23, I had to watch the behind-the-scenes Last Jedi on my phone and record the webcam. That wasn't fun. In the dark, that was not fun. But at least the phone had full screen. But, it was a pain. So.
Well, and of course, if I really want to get into this video series that I want to do for my road trip thing, I'm going to have to figure out ways to edit and get videos and stuff without Wi-Fi and so on and so forth, because I'm going to be out on the road. So
Yeah.
The recording and editing and uploading is going to probably be a little bit different than the traditional way we usually do it.
Yeah. Demolition wants to know, how far are you into the DCCW shows? It's only Arrow, right?
Yes, I'm only in Arrow season 1, and I just finished episode 6. And for the ones just joining, again, I'll repeat that usually I will watch the episode, record my reaction, edit my reaction, and upload my reaction all in the same day. And that takes a good 5 to 6 hours, just one episode.
It sounds like a pain. It really does. Like,
it does. That's one of the reasons why I try to stick with just trailer videos. I really love movies, so I love doing trailer reactions. And trailer reactions, doing it with my phone, can take 2 to 3 hours total, with editing and rendering it all and everything, and adding all the extra stuff to it. So
yeah, because you're rendering it through your phone and not through your computer, which could handle that rendering process.
Yeah, I have a mini fan that I have on my little desk or on the floor, that, because when you're rendering through your phone, it gets hot.
Jesus. Yeah, because you're using all the power in it to render.
Yeah, it's using all the power. So I have to plug it in and keep it plugged in, and I have to keep it at that fan, or else my phone will shut down because it's so hot. So, people give reactors a bad name because they think it's just, easy, quick views, easy, quick money. They have no idea what I go through.
You go through a lot, and exactly the whole point. Everyone just assumes reactors, they make money, they do all this stuff. It's like, I don't monetize my videos, and a lot of my videos are getting claimed for anything. So it's like the studios most of the time will allow it, but if they feel like it, we're going to take your ads. Go right ahead. I don't care, because I'm not going to fight you. I'm not going to fight you, studio, on the rights. You take it away. If you want the money, you go right ahead. Ain't going to bother me. But it is basic for most people when they use just a computer. But in your case, you're dedicating a lot of time to this. But I just use my phone and record. like that. I don't have a camera. I don't have a special thing. I have a very simplistic free software I've used since day one, since I started in 2014. Same software, and it works beautifully. It's just that the computer needs to be fast enough to deal with a lot of editing when it comes to TV reactions, because you're doing so much work on it that you have to have a good computer in order to keep up with it.
And I think that's that's the point of view that a lot of people have is, when you're doing it through your laptop or, however you're editing it, whether it's a desktop computer or a laptop or even a tablet for that matter, you can get it out quicker. So a lot of these reactors, they can put out 2, 3, 4 videos a day, where I record. The average record time is about 20 minutes on one of my videos. And then after editing and rendering and adding logos and all that type of stuff, and then uploading, it takes me 3 or 4 hours to do one video. So I basically only do 1 or 2 a day.
Yeah, but if you had a PC, you could get these out a lot quicker. It's just that, you don't want to overdo it. Like,
right.
That's my concern, is that I'm going to overdo it and I'm going to post too much. That's why when I get home, I make sure if there's something to react to, I'm guaranteed it's going to happen. It's like I'm not going to just start picking stuff and go, okay, I'm going to do this, 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 and this, and this. There's only 2 days out of the year I really go overboard, which is Comic-Con and E3. That's it. Like, that's where Comic-Con, I put out like 6, 7, 8 videos. E3, same thing. You just constantly, because there's so much stuff, but I don't want to.
No.
Yeah.
Super Bowl.
Well, that too, but it's not as bad as E3 and Comic-Con.
Okay.
Because Comic-Con Saturday was freaking insane. All 4 CWDC shows back to back to back to back to back. We had earlier that day, we had the Warner Brothers panel with Justice League, and then you had Marvel panel, which had Thor and Stranger Things at the same time. It's like, it's so much. They pack so much in one day. It's pretty insane. Then there's other shows as well that are not connected at all that I also might want to check out, but it's so many videos. Like, once I'm rendering one, another one drops. So I have no time to take a breather. I have no time to take a break. Got to keep post. Got to keep up with it. But I'm always behind because they drop so fast.
Right.
So I can't.
Then the question is, what do I react to? Do I react to the Comic-Con trailers? Do I react to the gaming spots? Do I react to the TV spots, the actual trailers, the international trailers? I mean, they drop tons of that.
Yeah, because once they drop main trailers, then they go international. Then they drop it. Like, I was getting so, like, my head was starting to spin because they dropped so many Force Awakens TV spots after they dropped the main trailer in October of 2015. Then they dropped the international like the same day or the day after. Then they had a TV spot. Then they had the extended TV spot. I think they had like 40 plus TV spots. Some of them showing like 10 seconds of new footage. And it's like, do I react to that, or do I just wait? Because I've already reacted to a ton of stuff about The Force Awakens. Do I keep going or do I stop?
See, I don't react to TV spots. I only do the trailers, whether it be trailer 1, trailer 2, trailer 3, international trailers. But it just takes up way too much time just to do a reaction for a TV spot that's 30 seconds long. And again, like you said, it may show 10 seconds of more footage, but usually they don't. I mean, usually you have the logo at the beginning, then you have your TV spot, then you have the logo and credits at the end. And a 30-second TV spot with the footage, it's only about 15, 20 seconds.
Yeah,
to me, it's not worth it.
And they might show you 2 seconds of something you've not seen before. But is it worth the intro, which is more likely longer than the actual the TV spot?
Yes.
And then 2 to 3 minutes of chatting about the movie and possibly the TV spot itself. I mean, it got really difficult, but I was sticking with, at a point, TV spots that are extended, like a minute long, where there's more of a grasp of, there's more stuff. It's not just 30 seconds, boom, boom, you're out. Because I watched like I think like the 15, 20-second like teasers before the first Justice League where they put out Batman, Aquaman. They kept putting out these tiny spots for characters. I reacted to like 3 of them in one video because there's no reason for me to do a separate video for all 3 of these coming out that day. You know, just okay, 20-second Aquaman video, 20-second Wonder Woman video, 20-second Batman video. I did all 3 in one. But like, you got to think, do you want to do it at the TV spots, like TV spot 1, 2, and 3 in one video? No, because you're adding 3 videos in. It's getting too convoluted.
And then it messes with the algorithms, because if people are searching for just that one TV spot, the Batman TV spot, and you say reaction to all 3 TV spots, when people are looking just for that single Batman reaction,
that's where the tags come in, and that's where you make sure the title specifically says Justice League, Batman, Aquaman.
Yes,
but it's yeah, and well with that video, the Batman part was in the thumbnail. Of course it was. But I had to make that decision. Like, I'm not going to make a separate TV spot just for a 20-second ad for a trailer that we know is coming in a couple of days. Like, I'm going to just put them all together in one little present. Here you go. Here's my reaction to all 3 that dropped today. I'll do the other 2 tomorrow, and then we'll wait for the full trailer, which was awesome. But, like, you got to make those decisions, or you could just say, I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to wait till the full trailer. You know, they do that. They drop, here's a teaser before the trailer dropping. But why don't you just give us the trailer? Why are you giving us a teaser for the trailer? Like, and then people are complaining today because they dropped the animated Star Wars Rebels season 4 trailer 2. People, half the comments are like, I'm still waiting for Last Jedi. Where's the Last Jedi trailer? Like, it's probably going to come out in October. They're going to do they're waiting. Because they don't have to drop it immediately, you know?
Oh, yeah, right, yeah. You know, people are going to just go crazy when they drop it. I mean, they don't have to drop it because they know people are already going to buy tickets. So they don't have to advertise, but we know they're going to drop at least one more trailer.
Oh, yeah. They're going to drop a full trailer in October, just like they dropped the full trailer in October for The Force Awakens 2015. And then they're going to drop an international trailer for the international audience. And then they're going to drop TV spot. And then you got to decide, is it worth it? Like, that's the whole debacle that I have. And they're obviously going to ask, react to TV spot 10. But it's like the 10th TV spot. What's so special about the 10th TV spot that's going to bring in the viewers, going to bring in new people? You know?
Okay, so I have to comment, Demolition Man, the timeline for trailer releases is not weird. It's all about marketing. It's about when you should release the trailer that's going to benefit the movie and the studio the best. Most trailers are usually 6 months to a year out. That's to kind of get the idea, the movie, fresh in the audience's mind, and then it kind of dies down. And then about that 6-month mark, they'll probably throw a trailer 2. And then usually about a month or so before the movie comes out, you start seeing TV spots and extended trailers and international trailers. And the campaign for the movie is ramped up to get people excited to go see it. And that's where you start to see advanced tickets being sold and so on and so forth to get butts in the seat.
That's why Lucasfilm and the way they see it, Lucasfilm doesn't have to compete with anybody. They have Star Wars. They can wait till whenever they want to drop that trailer. And they put out the teaser early this year. Then they're going to wait till October more than likely to drop that full trailer because you're only 2 months out. Because usually a lot of these trailers, they put out a Wonder Woman trailer a year and a month before it dropped in this year. In Comic-Con 2016, they dropped a full-length trailer for Wonder Woman a year and a month out. They didn't, and why? Because WB felt like it was the right decision to move to get people off of the Batman v Superman sucks. Let's put out a Wonder Woman trailer. Okay, but for Lucasfilm, they don't have to drop a trailer to bring the fans back. They will just drop it 2 months before it releases, and then people only have to do is wait 2 months.
What
And then
did you think? Of course, I know your answer, but you don't think Batman v Superman sucked?
the theatrical cut, when I first watched it, I enjoyed it. But after seeing the 3 hour cut, the Ultimate Edition, rated R, with more footage to kind of make the story flow more, it's a way better movie. The Ultimate cut, the theatrical cut, to me does not exist anymore. The Ultimate cut is BVS to me.
Yeah, that's kind of the way I feel.
Yeah, it sucks that the theatrical cut got butchered by Warner Brothers, and they probably shot themselves in the foot over that, because if they would have put out the 3 hour cut, yes, it's less screenings per day, but I think it would have been received better by audiences and critics. But that's just me. But I don't think I don't think they would ever do that.
Oh, that whole thing with the critics and the Rotten Tomatoes, and that whole thing of critics don't know what they're talking about. You should listen to the fans. That always makes me laugh, and it makes me just think on how much power we have as an audience.
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't agree with a lot of critics, but at the same time, they're just fans that are getting paid to write reviews, and they critique stuff. It's funny, and I will say this in defense of critics. It's funny how people attack critics when they criticize something that people like and people are enjoying. But when critics are praising something that a lot of people enjoy, they praise the critics and say, "Yay, they agree with me." But it's like as soon as they go against what you like, it's a completely different story. It's like
Well,
everything changes.
you can't please everyone.
Well, that is true. We're reactors. We can't please everybody. We've learned that the hard way. I mean, that's why I tweeted out a couple of days back, and I've said this since day one. You have to have thick skin to be a reactor. You can't be on YouTube reacting and be and you can't take as someone attacking you, then you should not be a reactor. You have to be thick-skinned, because on a daily basis, I get attacked and I'm called fake, I'm called a loser, I'm called a virgin. It's a constant daily thing. So you have to have thick skin. You can't let people get under your skin. They're just faceless, nameless people on YouTube, bored, nothing to do, so they get in front of their computer and type little stuff away. So,
Well, luckily, I guess you would say luckily, I barely have 500 subscribers, so I haven't quite got to your status yet of all the hate, but I'm sure I'm going to get it.
it'll happen. Everyone gets it. I mean, I was in a party chat on PS4 with Brittany from Electro Brit Smash and other people as well playing PS4, and she was reading a comment where the person just outright, for no logical reason, just said, "Well, this is clearly a fake video because you're overreacting to this finale of Game of Thrones. So you watched the episode and then you reacted to it when you watched it again." Then there was someone else saying, "I lost a lot of respect for you because you got out of your seat, Brittany, and you were flipping off a character on the show." It's like, no, that's her reaction. Like, she's dedicated to the show. What do you expect her to sit there and go, Like that was not her response to that moment. People are just they're never pleased. They think everything's fake. I don't know.
Yes. I mean, when I'm excited for a movie, excited for a trailer, and I'm going, "Woo, yeah, that's awesome. That's a good shot."
Yeah.
I'm excited for it, and people say I'm fake. But then you do a reaction where you don't like it, or you have bad reviews for that trailer. People, they dislike it. They say, why do you hate this trailer? That's my favorite movie. So no matter what we do with reactors, there's always going to be that hate and that those painful moments of not pleasing people.
You never can. Like I gave up on trying to be nice to people, or to kind of just allow the viewers to do whatever. Like if someone attacks me, I'm God on my channel. I will delete your comment and move on. So if you spend all that time commenting this big paragraph about how this is fake and you're attacking me for something I'm doing as a hobby, it's not a job. I don't make money. And you spend all this time, I'll have to just click one button and it's gone. So when you want to dedicate your time, your free time, to doing something, Why waste it on attacking people, like just having fun and talking? Because see, we could all easily just sit in front of a camera and just talk about a trailer. But how about we actually watch it for the first time on a video and then talk about the trailer? Like, that's more entertaining, because I don't want to be a dick, but I don't want to watch you, Wes, not watching a trailer, just sitting there for 10 minutes talking about a trailer. That is boring. I want to see you watch a trailer, or at least show images from the trailer. You know, I think reviews are boring now because reactions are there.
Right.
Yeah.
And like we've talked about before, I'm really gonna have to do that reaction video where I look at the TV, look back at the camera, look at the TV, look at the camera.
Yeah, like people. I do that sometimes where I'm looking at and then I look at my phone like, oh my god, what? I look back and I might miss something. I'm like, okay, I gotta focus here. I can't. The camera's not there. I'm supposed to look at the screen. It's so hard to keep up. Like, okay. Okay, I'm watching this. Okay. Oh my god, guys. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm looking here. Sorry, I'm looking here. It's frustrating. Sometimes I actually forget the camera's there. Like when I'm watching Game of Thrones and the finale is over an hour and 15 minutes long, I forgot the camera was there sometimes because I'm just watching an episode. I'm that into it. But it's difficult. But like that's how the camera angle I have to set it up as. If I had a good webcam, then I could just stare straight into the computer. But that looks kind of awkward because you're not looking directly at it. You're looking like lower. So it looks like you're like ignoring the audience the entire time. You're not giving them any attention. So
right, yeah.
I kind of like the phone setup better. But
by the way, did you post my channel link in the chat?
Maybe.
I specifically remember someone with a beard saying you're not supposed to self-promote.
I'm not self-promoting. I'm promoting you. You're not. See, you didn't. If you would have posted it, I would have to ban you for life. But you didn't post it.
Hold on. Let me copy and paste my link.
Oh God. But yes, people, go to my comment I just posted. Subscribe to TheRealWeaz. It sucks. I hate YouTube. Me and him had an hour-long conversation, and one of the things we covered in this phone conversation a little while ago was the fact that he's getting screwed over by YouTube because his videos are not getting out there due to the sea of reactors who are reacting. It's not their fault. It's just the fact that the algorithm is messed up, and he's been on YouTube for a lot longer than a lot of these people, yet he's getting passed up like nothing. So if you want to support someone, and you heard him earlier how much time he puts into one video, 3 to 4 hours of editing and all this stuff, subscribe. That's the person you need to go to. Don't go to these people that put like 5, 6 videos out a day and it's the same reaction every fucking video. Language, but it's the truth. If you want to see someone who actually gives variety of reactions and variety of things going on, this is the person you need to go to, not someone who uploads the same reaction 5, 6 times a day. Come on. Let's be real here, okay?
And this message has been brought to you by Chainsaw Reacts.
Batgirl herself has brought you this message.
The more you know.
Da-da-da-da. Speaking of Batgirl, Demolition, who's in the chat, I talked to him a lot. He started, I don't know why he did this to me, but he just typed on his phone. He says, you know what I'm looking at? I'm like, what? He's like, I'm looking at life-size statues of Batgirl you can buy online. I'm like, I can't afford a life-size statue of Batgirl. That's not fair. It's not fair to me.
I have been seeing the statues, I guess it'd be toy, action figure size, but the action figures of Superman in the black suit.
Yes, well, the rumor is he's going to be in the black suit in Justice League, which is exciting.
If I see it, I'm gonna cry.
Well, if only you could react to a movie in the theater, then we could see this experience. That's the unfortunate thing, is that, the one time I was able to show my reaction to the ending of a film was when I took a picture outside of the theater, which wasn't a good it wasn't a great representation, but I had bloodshot eyes, tears running down my face at the end of Logan. And yeah. I really wish I could have got a photo of me in the theater at the end as it was ending, not after I got out of the theater after a couple of minutes. People thought I was on drugs. Like, oh, you've been smoking pot? Yeah, at the theater after seeing Logan, I got that weed, son. Yeah, I'm a cool kid. no. I was, after 17 years, I'm like, no. Getting angry.
You know what's really interesting is no one mentions the black Superman suit that we saw in Man of Steel.
Yeah. Yeah, it's because Zod was wearing it, right? Yeah.
Yeah, because we were seeing Zod in his black suit, and we saw Superman in his black suit during that dream sequence. The world engine destroying, and he falls down into the skulls.
Oh, I have to go back and rewatch that because I don't remember exactly the suit.
Yeah, he was wearing a muted type black suit.
Wow, that's interesting. Foreshadowing the return when he dies in the second movie. I will say that's the one thing I wish I would change is that that Doomsday doesn't show up in BVS. He shows up in Justice League. That's the big fight, and instead of it being Steppenwolf, it's Doomsday, and then he dies, and then Justice League 2, Steppenwolf: The Return of Superman. Because I feel like killing him after 2 movies is like really, it's.
Well, I mean, you have to understand that they're trying to play catch up again to Marvel, and so they decide to throw them all in there.
Yeah.
I mean, let's just really face it. After the bomb of Green Lantern, no one's really going to be interested in watching a Green Lantern movie again. No one really knows who Cyborg is. I mean, these DC characters no one knows about. So go ahead, throw them in there. Put them all in there. Get people interested, and then do their standalone movies, because then you've already established what they can already do.
I applaud DC for having the balls to kill Superman, but I feel like their BVS should have been about Batman versus Superman, not Batman versus Superman. And oh, by the way, Doomsday. It shouldn't have been that way. If Wonder Woman still showed up to intervene in the fight, but to actually have another thing going on at the end is just like, okay.
I definitely agree. With the whole advertisement was for Batman v Superman. It was the fight, the epic first time we get to see Batman and Superman on the same screen.
Not animated. Yeah.
And then we have Wonder Woman, and then they reveal Doomsday. And it's like, how much more are you going to throw in here? Yes, we know the subtitle is Dawn of Justice. But seriously, Batman v Superman, that's what we've been wanting to see.
And the fight wasn't that long.
The fight wasn't that long, and the fight was, to me, the fight was a little horrible to me, because it was just punch, punch, shoot kryptonite. Punch, punch, shoot kryptonite.
Yeah, he should have, instead of shooting kryptonite, he should have had laced bat armor on. Like the exact same armor he had, but it was laced with kryptonite, so when Superman gets near him, it's going to be more of a fair fight. It's not going to be, we have to use kryptonite every 10 seconds or else this is not going to go my favor. So he should have just did that instead. But then again, it's like, well, he has 1 grenade for Doomsday. But I'm thinking if they just stuck with Batman v Superman, no subtitle, just Batman v Superman, cut out some of the other stuff, and had the fight last for 15, 20 minutes, and then towards the end, Wonder Woman shows up, intervenes in her suit, but we see her throughout the film, but she shows up at the end in the suit and actually knocks them both out and stops them from fighting. Like, actually, she starts fighting both of them at the same time. It's going to be really weird. Like, what the hell? Who's she? And she's beating the shit out of both of them. And it'd be really awesome. And then we reveal that Lex Luthor at the end, Doomsday is born, and the film cuts. And then that's where Justice League starts. And then Superman dies at the end with all the team together. Then they stay together. They have their own separate adventures in Justice League 2, and then Superman comes back. And then I think that's a better setup. Because now you set up Batman and Wonder Woman, and now Batman can have a solo movie, Wonder Woman, and Superman can have another one, and then Justice League, and then, yeah. That's what I would have done.
I like it. I could see it going that way. I wouldn't have a problem going that way. But again, I'm just glad we're done with Doomsday. Now we can get on to bigger and better villains.
Yes. Well, hopefully.
Well, yeah, again, hopefully. We're going to see Steppenwolf. I want to see Brainiac. I want to see Darkseid. I want to see all these cool characters that we've never really seen in live action.
I think Brainiac is going to be the villain for Superman, too. I think. But I think it'd be better if he was a villain for the Justice League because he's a big Titan villain. But you got to have a villain that's equally as powerful as Superman for the Man of Steel sequel, because if you have a villain who is not as strong as him and only uses kryptonite, it's like BVS all over again. So I don't know. I don't know what the right decision is, because Steppenwolf, once he gets defeated, Darkseid's gonna be coming because you defeated his uncle. So Darkseid's coming. So does that mean Brainiac is more of an endgame villain than Darkseid, or maybe Darkseid just doesn't die in the second Justice League if that's the direction they're going? I don't think they would, though, because he's too big of a villain.
Yeah, maybe you could do something like send Darkseid to the Phantom Zone.
Yeah, maybe he would obviously escape because he's Darkseid, but it would be interesting if that's what they did.
Huh. What do we got in the comments? Someone said Metallica a second ago.
Metallica, yeah, Metallica, yes. And Julie is here to argue with me about Superman being on Supergirl, more likely. That's what we always.
That's of course another show that I'm looking forward to is Supergirl.
Supergirl season 1 is, yeah.
I mean, I'm a huge Superman fan. I'm not afraid to admit it. I was huge into Smallville. I have all the seasons of Smallville.
All of them? All 10?
Yep, I have them all on DVD. I have the special editions.
I have the first season, and then as soon as I got the first season, it's like, oh yeah, Smallville's coming to Hulu. I'm like, what? Smallville's coming to Hulu? So it really helped me out because now I don't have to get it anymore. Oh, he disappeared.
Oh, no, I was just... This is not the Smallville thing, but this is my collector's edition Superman. It has a reprinted first edition of
Action Comics, the first one?
Yeah, the original comic. It has a remaking of the original Superman toy action figure, and it has an entire history of Superman.
That's cool. I have these books. It's like a pretty, I'll go get it. It's a pretty big size book about the history of Superman as well.
Oh, let's see what it looks like. I wonder if it looks like mine.
Well, it's more of like a Superman encyclopedia. It's kind of like this.
Oh no, you beat me because mine's about half that size.
Yeah.
Damn, I'm gonna have to buy that one.
It's pretty big. As you can see, it's pretty big.
That's what she said.
Ha-ha! But it literally goes through like all of these characters, and then it goes to a certain point where it goes on to his powers, and there's a lot of stuff they cover in here. Like, it goes on forever. There's like, wow, it's almost 500 pages.
Now, is it just the comic book powers, or do they throw in the movie powers as well?
I think so, but in some of the instances, they actually have like actual like comic stuff in here placed in with like, as you can see, like character information for all the villains and heroes and all the stuff he's associated with. So it covers a lot of stuff, and I got it at a good price. I got it for $15. So it's pretty insane. It was made back in 2010, which is kind of outdated now, but I mean, it covers a lot of characters, a lot of ones I've never heard of before.
Now, in showing me the book, I quickly saw a picture of Bizarro.
Yes, because there's some colored in here. Yeah.
Now, with Flash being in the extended universe, are we going to explore the possibility of Earth 1, Earth 2, Bizarro? What do you think?
CC Doomsday and Cyborg Superman.
Cyborg Superman! Oh my God, yes.
Yeah, like they have some of that, but obviously, like, it goes through all the characters in order, and you can actually go through and learn about all these characters. But do you want me to answer that question, or do you want me to just like let you wait till you watch Flash?
Well, no, not the TV show, the movies.
Yeah.
The DCEU. Do you think they're gonna go that route?
Oh, the DCEU. Okay, not the TV. Okay. Like, do you think they're gonna explore another Earth, like with Flash and stuff like that?
Well, I mean, if we've already seen in Batman v Superman that Flash is already traveling back in time, I mean, I'm thinking we're gonna get, Speed Force, we're gonna get time changes. We're going to get different multiple universes.
Well, they are doing Flashpoint as the Flash movie.
Yeah, right. They're doing Flashpoint, and then there's that. Is it actually confirmed that we're having a spin-off Joker movie?
Yes, the I don't get it, but apparently Warner Brothers wants to do a solo Joker movie not set in the DCEU with another actor. And Jared Leto, who plays Joker in the DCEU, is not happy with this because he didn't find out right away. He found out through some people after the fact, after it was already discussed. So it wasn't like they went to him first and see if he wants to do a solo Joker film or something. It never happened like that. But I don't want that to happen, but they're wanting to go ahead, and it's like, why exactly? Like, it's an origin. They're wanting to explain his origin. You don't explain Joker's origin. You don't go into a 2-hour movie about his origin.
Now, I mean, I love origin movies, and I love that story of the coming of age hero, but you know, you don't need to explain Joker. You really don't. Joker is just Joker. And we kind of got the origin story a little bit in the 1989 Batman, Jack Nicholson?
Yeah, I mean, and they've covered it with Under the Red Hood, Batman Animated. They covered the origin of Joker through that, or maybe it was something else. But they also covered the origin of Joker in a Batman Arkham game. It was the Arkham Origins, which was not Rocksteady, but it's still connected to the Arkham games.
Right, yes.
So we've seen it before, and they've done it in comics a lot, but they don't go into full detail. They don't give away his real name. Like, how are you supposed to do a live-action movie not set in the DCU with another actor? How are you going to do that for 2 hours? And if it's set in another universe, does that mean we're going to have another Batman show up? I mean, another Harley Quinn? Because essentially, the Joker doesn't start off with Harley, but what's essential with Joker besides Batman? Harley Quinn. So you're going to have a different actress playing Harley Quinn, or Harleen Quinzel, the therapist? It gets too convoluted. It gets too confusing. People are going to be like, what the hell's going on here? Why is Jared Leto not the Joker? Why is this? This is a different Bruce Wayne Batman. What is going on? Because I just don't see how they're going to be able to do a Joker origin movie and make it work.
And that's why, I mean, completely flipping the script with Marvel. You know, they didn't have to do that with Spider-Man, and I'm glad they didn't do that with this new Spider-Man. Yeah.
But and then they go into a lot of details about his origin. They just said, yeah, the spider bit me and it's dead. Like, that's all. That's it. Yeah, I got bit 6 months ago. Move on. Because it's not important anymore. You know?
But we did miss Uncle Ben.
True, but I think that they could be saving that for a future installment as a flashback moment. Just the flashback. I think, because they said that Spider-Man 2 happens minutes after Avengers 4, not Infinity War, the fourth one, which is untitled. Like, minutes after Avengers 4 ends, the Spider-Man 2 begins. So I don't know what that means, but they've also hinted at that it'd be really funny if they got Tobey Maguire, the first Spider-Man from the 2000s, to be Uncle Ben. That'd be funny as hell. If they
that would be amazing homage.
I would love if they, or even if it's just a photo of Tobey Maguire on a stand in the apartment or something. That'd be great. Oh my God. I think it'd be funny. Let's see. You shouldn't have to explain origins. Joker, yep. What's up, Gotham Knight? Yeah. People just chilling in the live stream.
I gotta grab me another drink here. I'm still here, but
another drink.
Yes, another one.
Oh boy. Get you another drink.
Oh, just the way I do things, especially when I'm not on my own channel.
What kind of drink, though?
We got Corona.
Oh, okay. There you go. Yeah, I'm not really drinking. I'm not really feeling like drinking right now. I have drinks in my fridge. I just don't want to drink them. Let's see. Trying to keep up with all these things going on.
I was just quickly reading the comments.
Yep, Demolition's just dominating the chat like usual. what he does. He's cool though. He's cool. But you really should get a console, by the way. You flipped me off with a GIF when I told you to get a console, but you need to get a console. I'm just saying.
Yes, I would love to get a console. I would love to get a PS4. I would love to play Injustice, MKX. Gosh, there's so many games that I want to play that on console that isn't available on mobile. Of course, I mentioned that to you. For the people that don't know that are watching it, I play Mortal Kombat X and Injustice 2 on mobile.
Which, I mean, I played Justice 2 mobile for a bit until Injustice 2 came out because they put it out before. But if you use Injustice 2 mobile, you can actually connect your account and you can get the premium skin for Cyborg, which I forget the character's name, but it's the evil version of Cyborg. I forget the name of it, but it's like the Justice Lords, something like that. It's an evil cyborg.
Okay.
It's really weird. It's hard to explain. I forget the character's name.
Because I mean that's the way they did it. Because I used to have a PS3, and I played Injustice Part 1, and that's the way they did it. You get Injustice, Gods Among Us, and then you got the mobile version, and you could sync accounts, and you could earn different awards and so on and so forth. But I eventually got rid of the PS3 because I needed money to get a new phone.
Yeah, that's the thing, man. I remember when I was younger, I had to decide because I had a 360, but I wanted to get a PS2. This was back before the new consoles came out. But I was like, okay, I had to decide. Do I want to get a PS2 or do I still want to keep my GameCube? Because I had a Nintendo GameCube. Like, do I want to get rid of the GameCube, get a PS4, or keep the GameCube? It's like I didn't have enough room for 3 systems. So I had to make that decision. But I guess that's just me being lucky that I had that option. But I still have the 360 here in my bedroom. I've not turned it on since I moved here. And that was back in January. It's just sitting there with my TV. And then I have the Xbox One and PS4 in the living room. So.
Okay, so Demolition, you said I would love to get to know you on PS4. So if you guys aren't following me on Twitter, you go to my YouTube channel, follow me on Twitter. I also have a Discord, so you can live chat with me on Discord as well.
Yes, TheRealWeaz.
So, even though I'm not on PS4 or I'm not on 360 or any of that live chat type stuff, there's other ways to get in touch with me as far as live chat.
Yes, right there. Sub to TheRealWeaz. Go over there.
And of course, that is my advertising of the day.
Yes, I'm able to because it's my channel and I decide who gets to post their stuff here. Not like other people. If we would have streamed on YouNow, we would have probably gotten like 10 people coming to YouNow promoting their YouNow. That's how it is. I hate YouNow now. I can't stay anymore.
Ooh, you're on PS4. Do you see that new comment?
Wait, what?
Gotham Knight, are you going to get an Xbox One, 1X?
No, probably not. There's no reason for me to get one. Because I have the Xbox One, and the Xbox, it goes to 4K, but I don't have a 4K TV. I don't see a point to get it right now or ever get it. So, and the truth is the Xbox One's unplugged right now. I barely get on it. I only get on it with my friend who's in the Army, who I used to play with constantly on Xbox 360 and Xbox One. Whenever he's available, when he's not doing his job or whatever else he does, I'll plug it in, we'll play. But I'm mostly on my PS4 streaming something or playing games now because I'm playing more games now. It used to be where I was not playing a lot at all. I was just mostly just on YouTube and Netflix and Hulu. So I'm getting it because games I haven't played yet.
I can't get away from Injustice 2 mobile. I'm constantly playing it.
Yeah.
So, if I had a console, I don't know how many other games I would be playing because I'm constantly syncing between, mobile and console.
Yeah. That's like I'm addicted. I have these weird urges where I'll randomly be addicted to playing a mobile game, but it's like it happens for a couple of weeks and then I'm done. Like I don't ever really go back to it. I don't know what it is. I'm addicted to like these little things. Like it's like, I'm like, ooh, should I spend money to get this stuff? Like, no, I shouldn't be doing that. No, it's not smart. That's how they get you. It's a free game, but then it's like, oh, I want to go further, but I can't unless I spend money. Yeah.
Oh no. Oh no, no, no. I don't do it. I'm tempted, but I never spend the money because
Never.
there's in Injustice 2 you can buy, extended gems or extra mother boxes or new characters, so on. And I'm like, nope, I'm gonna spend the 2 or 3 hours playing the game in my bed at night just to get the character or the extra gems instead
So
of
you're
actually using my real money.
so you're pushing yourself to just keep playing until you earn it without spending money.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Makes. Injustice 2 Mobile, have they included the first DLC characters in there yet? Like Red Hood, Sub-Zero, and
Right now we're in Starfire.
oh yeah, Starfire. Yeah, Starfire. Yeah, that was the third character. I was like, Starfire. Yeah.
Starfire just now came out as a challenge.
Okay. So how do you earn her? You beat her or something, or do you have to do something to get her?
You have to. So what it is it's a 3-box tier, and each box has 2 matches, and each match that you play, if you beat it, then you earn your gems and your credits to get her.
Oh, okay. I forgot how I remember you had to earn shards or something to earn the character.
Yeah.
There's other similar DC and Star Wars games. You earn shards to unlock these characters, and then to level them up, you got to get more shards for the character or something. And it's a whole challenge system, like where you just point and you attack or ultimate attack or something. Remember those? I played a lot of those.
Oh,
But
here you go. Eric Simmons, I miss your CW and Marvel TV pitches, Chainsaw.
well, thank you, Eric. You're one of the few people that does.
I watch them, and it's basically I like them because it's kind of like the same thing that I like to do with my movies
Yeah.
because I have my movie sequel pitches. So there's a lot of movies out there, where you just have a part 1 and it's just forgot about. No one
Yeah.
ever picks it up for a part 2 or a part 3 or a franchise. So I like to pitch the idea of what you could do to make that movie some sort of franchise.
I really enjoyed it for the first bit doing that series, but I noticed that the audience was dropping quickly, and I think it was because I was putting them out every 2 weeks and not every week or something like that, or every couple of days. The problem is it takes so much out of me to record it because I record it with my phone, and I have to get that perfect 20, 25, 30-second like spot, and then I have to make sure that I stop talking and then I can cut and edit it in and all that kind of stuff. And if you notice, like on the last 2, I think, which was like the third and fourth one, that some of the ones I could have done better, but it was like that was like the 30th or 35th try on that one line, and I just got tired and I just said, okay, I'm just sticking with that one. If it was easy and I could do it very fast in like one sitting, then I'd be doing it constantly. But the fact that it takes me days to record it, editing, it's a little bit more tricky because I have to show a lot of different photos. Sometimes I like to do this like where I blur it and then I just reveal it in the audio and then it unblurs the picture. It's like, oh yeah, Lex Luthor, okay, Superman, okay. It just takes a lot out of me because it takes so long to record them because I get so frustrated because I flub my words, I mess up, and I can't get, because I have to make it flow. I can't do one continuous long recording of all these things because I have to, there's so much I have to say, so many characters, seasons, storylines. If it was easier, I would do it. It's just.
Yeah, and of course, when I do my pitches, usually, I think about it for about 5 minutes before I start recording. So a lot of the stuff that I say in my pitches are either on the fly or right off the top of my head. And so I end up repeating the same stuff that I said 10 minutes ago in the video, and then I'll have to go back and edit that and see which one's better. Or if I'm saying stuff on the fly or, again, off the top of my head, I'll have to say, or you could add this or do this. And so, yeah, I understand that the pitches can take a long time to edit and put together.
Yeah, if the editing if recording wasn't as bad and I could get it down in like 2 to 3 takes, I could get them out each week. But I told myself I can't do each week. It's too much because it got to a point where when I did the 4th one, which was the Nightwing, which is the final one I did, I actually was dreading a little bit of recording it because it would take forever. Like once I started, it started. Yeah, it's gonna get finished, but I'm gonna hate it because it's gonna take me forever to do it and get it right. And I wanted to make sure that I didn't do too much overlapping with Batman villains, but it got to a point where you can't not do a Nightwing pitch spun off from the Batman pitch and not include Batman villains in it. So I got really frustrated because I couldn't think of something more original for that type of show that I wanted to pitch. And then I don't know how, I think because I typed in chainsaw pitches and it recommended me another video. Someone, I don't remember who it is now, but I actually commented on their video. Someone actually started doing the exact same thing I was doing after I did it.
Wow.
So someone copied my idea, and I scrolled through the video and was like just listening to random stuff, and he was basically copying what I was doing. And I went to his channel, and he has like less than 50 subs, I think, or something like that. And he had a video posted about this idea, and I forget what he called it. But I commented saying, sounds very similar to something I did, ... And it got his attention. Everyone has people have similar ideas all the time. And, you know, I didn't want to fight with the guy. He's clearly someone who's trying to get his name out there because he's not really doing very well. But it's just like, the guy just copied me. After a month, he waited a month until I stopped doing them. Then he announced this great idea. He was like, guys, I have this great idea. I'm going to pitch superhero shows I want to see. The one thing he didn't do is he didn't specifically say what network it would be airing on. That's the one thing he didn't do. But everything else he copied and pasted, basically. Like, he came up with his own characters and stuff and shows, but it's just like he saw what I was doing and just copied it and said, I'm going to do that. That's a good idea. Yeah.
Yeah. People copying, and I love it when people upload our own videos. Yeah,
it happens all the time. How did you guys feel about the whole Starfire Nightwing casting for the Titans TV show? Have you heard about the casting?
I've kind of heard a few things about it, seen a few pictures, heard a little bit about the cast. I haven't really been keeping up with it as far as like being a diehard fan, but yeah. I'm slowly trying to keep an ear out. As far as the casting, I like who they've got for Nightwing and for Starfire. Yeah.
Did you see the casting for Raven, the 13-year-old?
Yeah. Who is that one?
I forget her name, but
here, I'm gonna look her up because I think I know exactly who you're talking about, and I think I heard a blurb about it, but I'm not quite sure. And I'm on Livestream, and I'm not going to blow smoke up someone's ass, so I'm gonna actually make sure I know what I'm talking about.
Keep the facts straight, bro. Come on. Get your facts right. But it's interesting how they cast the Nightwing casting and the Starfire casting. They're both in their late 20s. And the casting for Raven is a 13-year-old girl, which tells me that Raven's going to be a lot younger than Nightwing and Starfire. Now, Nightwing and Starfire could be in their early 20s. They could just place them as early 20s in the show. But Raven's going to be a young character. So that kind of tells me that they're going the route of where they have characters who are leading, who are kind of mentoring the Titans, if you will.
Right. I guess you pronounce it Tegancroft?
Yeah, Tegan, something like that, yeah.
Tegancroft, yeah.
Yeah, okay. And if you see the pictures, you notice how Nightwing and Starfire are way older than her.
Right.
So I think Nightwing and Starfire are going to be the leaders of the Titans, the Teen Titans, whatever they want to call it, and they're going to be mentoring a young Raven, a young Beast Boy, which is a confirmed character, and then I'm assuming a couple other characters they've hinted at but haven't confirmed that are going to be there. They're probably going to be younger. So
okay, I'll buy it. We'll see where it goes from here.
I mean, they did the whole thing where when they did Teen Titan or the Justice League versus Teen Titans, an animated movie, it was Starfire who was the leader of this little Titans group, and she was the one. She was the older one, and that there was a couple other young characters in the Titans group. So it's gonna be kind of like that, I guess, where it's both Nightwing and Starfire. I guess they're gonna have that relationship everybody wants, apparently.
That would be something that I would like to see. The only other thing I want to see is the Teen Titans cartoon, the big T.
Yeah, you want them to be in a big T building, like, hey,
Yes.
we're the Teen Titans, guys. Hey, over here. That was the ongoing joke. How do the villains always know where the Teen Titans are? And it shows the picture of the big T building.
Yes.
Which structurally that should not work, but whatever. It realistically shouldn't work.
It's a cartoon, you know.
Yeah, I don't get it. They should have like just have a tall building with a little T on top, or like a T on top of the building or something.
You want to talk about something that's weird and strange and something unexpected is what we got from Harley Quinn and Nightwing in the same bedroom.
I haven't seen that movie.
You haven't yet? Have you seen that clip?
Oh, I've seen the clip. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've heard the terrible voice actress they got for Harley. It is not good. Oh.
That blows me away, that clip. And of course the entire thing.
Yeah.
Because what's really interesting is Harley Quinn's becoming a real bad slut over the years.
They've been portraying that a little bit. My problem is that when they announced this movie, it was like, okay, they're doing a Batman Harley Quinn thing. Intriguing. How are they going to pull this off? And like, okay, first of all, we're not going to get Tara Strong, who's been voicing the character for a long time. We're gonna get I think it's one of the girls from The Big Bang Theory who's voicing. And I remember I was actually on a live stream. I was playing Injustice 2. I paused it because I'm like, people are like, have you seen the trailer for Batman Harley Quinn? I'm like, no. And I clicked on it, and in the first couple seconds, Harley Quinn is obviously talking to a bunch of guys, and she's working at some place. And you don't see her face, but you know it's Harley Quinn. The voice is bad. Oh my God, I couldn't watch it. I'm like, this is so. And then I find out that it's a comedy. It's like a comedy. Batman, like, no, Batman's not comedy. Like, yeah, the 60s TV show, but that's a different era. We're not in that era anymore. Like,
right.
We want darker, grittier. Yeah, there can be some humor because Dick Grayson, he has some humor. Yeah, but a Batman Harley Quinn movie and it's humor, and even the trailers are cringy. It's like Batman's like, oh boy, like, because we gotta work with Harley Quinn. I'm like, the fuck is going on? Why, Kevin Conroy, you were Batman. Why are you saying these lines? Yes. They paid you, but don't know. You should have said no.
Well, okay, so you have Harley Quinn and Joker. You have Harley Quinn and Bruce Wayne, because there was a few episodes like in the animated series where Harley was trying to get her life right, turn over a new leaf. She was shopping, and, she was flirting with Bruce Wayne and, gave him a kiss.
Yep.
I can't remember exactly what number or what that name of the episode is. But then you have Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy.
Which they're apparently doing a Gotham City Sirens, which is a direct connection to Poison Ivy and Harley. Yeah.
And now you have this animated movie where you have Nightwing and Harley Quinn. I mean, really, seriously.
People want Dick Grayson and Barbara Gordon together, and I can get why people see Nightwing and Starfire together. Where do people come across that girl that Joker turned crazy? Yeah, Nightwing should be with her. I see it. Yep. Because see, his mentor and Batman's mentor, they're a lot alike. Let's put them in bed together and see what happens.
What was the name of the one where is it Batgirl and Batman on the rooftop?
That's the Killing Joke. They had that extended. And as a huge Batman fan and a huge Batgirl fan, I don't hate it as much as people do, but the reason why, because in the animated series, which everyone loves, they've showed these small hints of connections, and there's something going on there. Then there was a moment in a Batman movie that's connected to the animated show, which was, I think it was The Mystery of the Batwoman, which was a animated show released in the 2000s connected to the animated show. And at one point, Barbara Gordon, who is not on, she's not in the movie except for this one small part where she calls Bruce Wayne and is talking to him about this Batwoman, thinking that Batman's recruited another female to take on her mantle, and he's like, I have nothing to do with this. And then she references a time, and Bruce gets very uncomfortable with her on the phone, referencing there's something going on there, and he hangs up on her. So they've already hinted at that this has been a thing before. I'm not saying it's the right thing to do. I'm just saying they've already done it before, and now you're mad about it because they actually have sex on a rooftop, even though they've probably had sex before off screen and other appearances. You know, I don't hate it, but I honestly, no, she needs to be with Dick Grayson or Tim Drake in the Arkham game. She was with Tim Drake. So be with the Robin. Don't be with the Batman. Batman doesn't
right? Yeah.
He doesn't need to be having sex with the daughter of the commissioner. You know,
because Bruce Wayne is what, you know, in his 30s, 40s, and Barbara Gordon is like fresh out of high school type college.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a little strange, a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, she looked like she put on the mantle for him. She looks up to him, and she doesn't look up to him as a father figure because she already has a father. It's not like where she lost her father and she's looking to someone to be that father figure. I don't know.
Okay, we're gonna have to slowly stop on that because now you're gonna get on to daddy issues, and
well, she doesn't have. That's what I'm saying. She doesn't have it, so she wouldn't look at him as a father figure. Hold on. Like I said, if I had to pick, she's going with Dick Grayson, the first Robin, or Tim Drake, the third Robin.
Wait, what? TheRealWeaz, I'm curious, since the Titan show is casting an old Starfire Nightwing, is Damian Wayne. What?
Oh, that could happen. They could get Damian Wayne to show up and kind of grow up with Raven, because that's what they I think Raven was in the Teen Titans versus Justice League movie, and Damian Wayne showed up because Batman dropped him off. So I could see that. I could. But I don't think they're going to introduce Damian Wayne just yet. If they do it on the show, they're probably going to introduce him maybe in a season 2 or 3 after they have other characters showing up first.
Oh, yeah, it's got to be a season 2 or season 3 thing, because if you're doing a pilot episode and then, you know, in season 1 you're trying to introduce your characters and get that character development, character established, you're going to and then throw in Damian Wayne, that's just too much.
Yeah, because my question is this: are they allowed to say Batman on the show? Are they allowed to reference the Justice League, Superman, Wonder Woman? That's my question. Because it's pretty much confirmed. They haven't said it, but it's pretty obvious that they're not going to be connected to the Arrow. Like, it's not going to be connected to Earth 1, where Arrow, Flash, and Legends takes place. It's going to be on a separate Earth in the multiverse. So it's there, but we're not going to see connection probably. Are they allowed to say Batman? Because you have Dick Grayson, the original Robin, who's Nightwing. You have to reference his origin. You have to reference his mentor. It's different when it's Supergirl and they reference a vigilante Superman's worked with, but they don't say the name Batman. But this is Dick Grayson. It's a whole other level. You can't ignore it.
What if they started it off right as Dick left Batman? You know, it's a whole new storyline.
I'm fine with that, but I just think that he'll have references to talking about Bruce's way or Batman's way. You know, I think it's gonna be hard for them not to reference his name at all, because and especially if Damian Wayne shows up, that's proof that Batman exists, because Damian Wayne is Batman and Talia al Ghul's son. So you have Damian Wayne, then yeah, they have to reference his dad. He's going to reference his dad if Dick Grayson doesn't. Damian will. It's like, well, my dad left us here. Who's your dad? Oh, Batman is. Moving on. What? What'd you say? Never mind. Let's keep moving forward. We have more things to worry about.
Like, you know the guy with the pointy ears?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't really say his name, but, you know, the guy with the pointy ears, that's my father.
But you're doing a Titans show. You have to reference, you know, the mentors. I don't know. That's just me. The reason why they didn't mention it on the Teen Titans original animated show is because at the time they had the Justice League animated show airing on another network and they couldn't make references to characters.
So, oh my goodness. On that Teen Titans Cartoon Network show, they reference all of them at some point.
Yeah, Teen Titans Go, but that's not like, no. On the original Teen Titans, they could not say Batman. They couldn't say the Justice League because it was on another network, so they couldn't do it. But since it's all under the umbrella of DC now, they're able to do a lot more. So, I mean, you don't have to cast a new Batman or Bruce Wayne. Just mention him. Like, you gotta let us know about who taught you how to do this, Dick. Tell us how you.
Eric, I want Wonder Girl Zatanna too.
Oh yes, I would definitely want Wonder Girl and Zatanna. I've said this before. I think that Wonder Woman, a different actress obviously, but Wonder Woman should pop up on Supergirl. That'd be amazing if Wonder Woman showed up. But that's just me.
I mean, all the characters that are in Injustice 2, I want to see in live action.
Yeah, I mean,
I want to see Firestorm. I mean, yeah. I want to see Brainiac. I want to see them all.
All of them. Give us all of them. And if you don't do it now, he'll kill you.
Now, if you don't do it on the TV show, I mean, okay. If you don't do it in the movies, bring it to the TV and vice versa. But, you know, now that we're getting a Green Lantern Corps movie, I mean, we're going to open that up to Green Lanterns, Red Lanterns, Yellow Lanterns.
The floodgate's going to open up for Green Lanterns. Or Lanterns in general. Because, I mean, they're saying it's going to be a buddy cop situation where it's going to be more than just one Green Lantern. That's going to be in the movie, starring, basically. Like Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart, which would be amazing.
Yes.
Jesus Christ. It is hot as hell in here. I don't know why it's hot. The fan's running. It wasn't hot today. The hell. If anything, Damien, when someone asks who his father is, he'll probably say something avoidingly witty like, my father is a man with illogical moral code. Okay. Okay. Stephen here says that he would love to see Batman references on Titan, then in the second season of Titans, have Batman show up in flashbacks, and then in present time, maybe throw in a Red Hood story from Dick Grayson's point of view.
Wow. That's an interesting concept.
I mean, that's kind of the theory that the Young Justice show that's coming back is going to make references to Jason Todd again, and that Red Hood's going to show up. Because Jason Todd was around during the 5-year gap between season 1 and season 2, timeline-wise, and he died. So we never saw him live action. We never saw him, not live action. We didn't see him in action. He was dead in between season 1 and season 2 timeline. So they could do that too, but I don't know. I want Red Hood live action. That'd be amazing.
Now, you want Jason Todd Red Hood, or you want Joker Red Hood?
Oh, Jason Todd. Like, I think that's the more compelling story. I mean, I don't want to see like I said, I don't want Joker origin. I don't want to see it. No, it's ridiculous. Did you ever see the Birds of Prey short-lived TV show?
No, I haven't. I've been actually hearing a lot of people that are nostalgic and saying, "Have you ever seen this show and this show?" And I'm like, yeah, I've seen that one. And then Birds of Prey has been mentioned within the DC fanboys. And I'm like, I really actually haven't. I mean, I've read some of the comics and cartoons and all that type of stuff, but I've never actually seen the actual, live action TV show.
It's pretty crazy because I think there's 13 episodes, and I got it all for $10. And they had they reused the Catwoman suit from 1992. They reused the Batman suit from '89. Michael Keaton's Batman suit.
Yeah, Michael Keaton.
For a brief moment, they had Joker show up at the beginning, and they voiced over the actor with Mark Hamill doing the Joker real quick. And they had the actress who plays Oracle. She was actually in a Batgirl suit for like one quick minute, and then they got rid of it. Like, they made the suit, and then it's gone. It's like, okay, but it's kind of hard to watch because the more it goes on, the more it's like, it's cringy. That's why it didn't work, but it's it was a nice attempt. They tried to do something different. Like, we're not going to do a Batman show. It's going to be after Batman and Catwoman, and they're all gone. But no.
When did that actually come out? I'm looking it up, actually.
Early 2000s.
Early 2000s?
They tried, yeah.
See, when did the MCU kick off? Is Birds of Prey before the...
Yeah, MCU started off in 2008 with Iron Man and the Hulk.
Okay, so Birds of Prey was pre that.
Yes.
Because the MCU is what, I mean, I guess a lot of people would say it started a little before that, but that's where I consider it, as MCU really kicked off that comic book, era.
I mean, Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire movies, except the third one, the X-Men movie,
yeah.
they helped lay the groundwork, because Kevin Feige was producer on a lot of those Marvel movies in the early 2000s before he went to Marvel Studios and created the MCU. So he saw what works and what doesn't work. He saw what works, X-Men, Spider-Man. He saw what didn't work, Daredevil, Elektra, Fantastic Four. He saw what wasn't working. He's like, okay, I know how to do this. And he created it.
I wish they would kept going with Blade. Blade was what, 1998?
I think he was producer on that too, and they have him back. Marvel has Blade back.
Right? Yeah, we're getting. Is that the Netflix?
They haven't.
That's a TV show. It's
not confirmed. It's not confirmed on Blade. Now, Punisher's getting his own show, but Blade, there's no confirmation on anything. I think they could do here's the thing. If they do Blade in the MCU, that confirms vampires are in the MCU. It's like adding a whole new, like Doctor Strange introduced the multiverse and magic. Then now you want to do Blade with vampires. It's like, it's a lot to take in. Oh, there's aliens, so I guess it's not that big of a deal, but it's like, aliens has always been a thing we all think about's out there. They're out there just far away, but vampires underground, that's kind of, wow. Adds a whole new layer of craziness, I think.
Right, yeah.
But anything's possible. I mean, they did Ghost Rider on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Ghost Rider is he's not an Inhuman. Ghost Rider is a possession of sorts. It's not, what's been normalized. They brought in this over-the-top character. So it would be really weird, but it wouldn't surprise me if they announced a Blade Netflix show. It would not surprise me.
I mean, I remember that was back in that time period, the late 90s, early 2000s, man. I was really into watching the vampire movies, the classical Dracula movies, Interview with a Vampire, The Queen of the Damned, all these vampire movies. But yeah, I wanted to see more Blade movies.
So would you rather have Blade in the MCU as a movie or a Netflix show? Because a Netflix show, you're guaranteed a one season every 2 years, 13 episodes, versus a movie every 3 to 4, 5 years, 2 hours.
No, I would rather see Blade in an actual movie in the MCU. Whether you do a standalone movie or whether he pops in for about 20, 30 minutes in a group Avengers movie, I want to see Blade in a live action movie. I want to see the whole shebang, special effects, blood, all of that type of stuff. I want to see Blade shine.
Yeah.
And then if they kill him off, fine, that's fine. I have my 20 minutes of Blade glory.
I think it'd be cool because have you watched the Netflix Marvel shows or no?
I tried to get in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and I just couldn't get into it.
What about I meant like Daredevil and stuff like that on Netflix.
Those I haven't got into yet. Yeah, not yet. I would like to eventually, but again, like I said, I'm more of a movie guy.
Yeah.
And I'm really slow into TV because I just have to just really sit down and get into it. I just have to make myself watch it. They just drag it out too much for me.
To me, Daredevil is the best out of the 4 single shows they've made. And The Defenders, I felt, was really good. And they have a Punisher show, which Punisher was introduced in Daredevil Season 2. I could see Blade showing up in The Defenders or something like that and introduce his character and then spin him off into his own show. Because I would think personally, 13 episodes for Blade is a better. It's better than a movie because the MCU is trying to juggle everything because what they were trying to do with the MCU now is they're possibly phase 4 is going to be more cosmic, and they're going to go with more cosmic related characters like Nova and stuff like that, and possible Guardians of the Galaxy spinoff stuff. So it's like trying to do all of that and then try to do a Blade movie. It's going to be really difficult. I would think a Netflix show would be better, but that's just how I see it, because then he could interact with all these other grounded characters per se in the Netflix realm. But
now, if you're talking about the TV shows, yes, I'll be honest and say I haven't seen them. But if you're talking about Ghost Rider, there's an easy way to bring in Blade.
yeah, the Ghost Rider is a part of. He's not like a member of the Agents of Shield, but he was in season 4. He showed back up at the end. He's around. So yeah,
to me, you know, Blade and the vampires, that's all spiritual and ghosts and you know, possessions. That's you could kind of hint and throw that in there a little bit, sprinkle it in there with Ghost Rider, and then spin it off like they did with Arrow and Flash.
Yeah,
I could see that definitely working.
Well, someone just asked about them doing a Birds of Prey show within the Arrowverse with all these different female characters, and no, only because I feel like that those characters, if they took characters, it's not just female characters, even male characters. Like what they did was they introduced a ton of characters within the Arrowverse, and they took them all out from their respective shows and made a third show, The Legends of Tomorrow. So they took secondary Flash and Arrow characters and took them away from those shows and made a Legends. So if you wanted Birds of Prey type show in the Arrowverse, that means you're taking all these female characters from all these different shows and making another show. It's like, wouldn't it be better for them to all be in their separate stuff and they can team up together a couple of times a year, or they could just team up for the crossover? Like, I feel like just it's creating too much. Like, I'd rather have an individual character who's not attached to any of these shows have their own show, a part of the Arrowverse, but they're not taken away from another show to create a show.
Okay, so what about this? What if we get to the end of the seasons and the show is in its season finale? There's going to be no more shows, but then they announce, like, they hint at within a behind-the-scenes features or something like that, or even an extended cut of the show, that these characters are starting to call each other, get in touch with each other, maybe do side projects and side missions, you know, behind the scenes without anyone noticing that. And then a new show comes up called Birds of Prey.
That'd be interesting. But my whole theory about whenever a show ends, I think personally, I think Legends of Tomorrow might end before Arrow does because it costs so much money to make the show. So I have a feeling that if that show gets canceled first, that those characters could pop up from time to time on their respective other shows. Like, they're not dead. Their show is no longer happening. Same thing with Arrow. Arrow is eventually going to end because it can't last forever. It's the first show that started everything. It's eventually going to stop. Those characters are still going to be around, and I'm betting those actors will be asked to come back a couple times a year to show up on these other shows from time to time to show that they're still in the universe. They're just not active on a show. That's how I kind of see it now. If they ended a show, announced another separate show, like they end Arrow, and they're going to take characters from Arrow and create a spinoff thing, like you said, Birds of Prey. Like, they end Legends and they end Arrow at the same time. They announce a combined show where they bring some characters from Legends and Arrow and bring them together for a new show. I'm okay with that because at least their shows are no longer active, so they're not taking characters away from these shows to create another show. They're moving on to this now. I'm fine with that. My issue with Legends was that they just took characters that were introduced in with these shows, and they took them away so that their storylines are no longer a part of these characters that we saw them first with. Now they're with all these other characters. Now they're thrown on this new show. It's a lot to take in. So, but I'm fine if the show ends and they announce a new show at the same time. I'm fine with that.
What do you guys think should be the villain in Teen Titans? Personally, I want to see Deathstroke.
I don't know. I think they're probably going to have maybe an organization or something to fight first, because you don't want to go too crazy at first. I would think, but that's just me trying to make it simple for them. I don't know. They're going to start filming in a couple of weeks on the show. So
I would probably like to see Black Mask and his gang.
Black Mask take on the Teen Titans, basically, or the Titans in this case.
Yeah, do that maybe for like a season 1. That would be kind of a nice little setup. You know, setting up the universe, setting up the city. You know, the Teen Titans, setting up how this city works. Do a Black Mask, and then maybe in season 2 go a little bit more crazy.
That makes more sense than them going crazy off the bat, because they're taking a huge gamble on this show because they're putting on a streaming service that isn't even out yet. So they're really risking this and hoping it's going to work. So they're really gambling this. Let's see. Oh, God. Block that person. Blocked. Haha.
Oh, I missed it.
Yep. He said something really bad, so he had to be blocked. So this stream turned into a DC chat.
It really did, and I really didn't expect it to go this way, but
okay, all right, off topic. Did you watch Power Rangers? Did you see Power Rangers?
Are you talking about the reboot movie?
Yeah, that came out this year.
No, I didn't see it. I really didn't. I saw the trailers, and it looked really interesting from the trailers, the way they portrayed what was going to happen. It felt nostalgic because I used to watch it when I was a kid.
Yeah.
But the reviews came out, and the reviews that I saw said it sucked, and so I didn't go see it. But I have watched a few clips online of the movie. I just haven't watched it in full.
I think I saw the 2 trailers when they came out, but I didn't see it either. I've seen clips online too. Like, there's some cool stuff, but apparently it wasn't cool enough because it lost money for the studio.
Yeah, it lost money, and there's even talks about doing a part 2.
Well, yeah, there's talks. It was weird how before the movie dropped, they're like, we're going to do 7 Power Rangers movies. It's like, don't overthink things and think it's just going to work. I mean, they tried to do Power Rangers. They tried to do Power Rangers movie in the past, and they both failed. The second one was way worse than the first one in terms of box office. So I'm surprised they made $100 million. To be completely honest with you, I'm surprised.
Yeah, and then you have all the fan theories of Rita having a power coin, and she's all dressed up in green. She's going to be a female Green Power Ranger, and all of this stuff.
Oh, that was confirmed.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was the original Green Ranger, and it turns out it was Zordon, who had no backstory. Apparently, he is the original Red Ranger. So that's how they tied it all in. So after all this time with all these shows, they said, okay, we're going to give backstory to Zordon now. Okay, here it is. He's the original Red Ranger. There you go. It's like, okay.
Now, I will say that there is a fan-made Zordon Power Rangers origin film that I absolutely recommend anyone and everyone to watch if you love Power Rangers. It is a fan-made Zordon movie. It's just fan-made film.
Well, there was that rated R one that came out a couple years ago that got a lot of people's attention. I remember that.
Oh yeah. The bootleg Power Rangers. Oh, excuse me, Power/Rangers.
Yeah, it's funny how that he titled it that way. It's like, we know what you mean, but he's like, I'm being sneaky. No.
Yeah. The Tommy Oliver, the original Green Ranger, which was I want to say Jason David Frank is his name. He actually put out a video on his YouTube channel saying, yes, I've seen the bootleg version. I thought that version was really dark and gritty. I really don't want the new Power Rangers movie to be like that. You have to understand that Power Rangers is still on TV right now. And so kids are still watching that right now. So you can't really throw a rated R Power Rangers movie because the kids that are watching it right now on TV are going to go want to watch that, and they can't watch it.
I think it's interesting that they tried to do that, because I mean it's hard to like because they did it with Flash. Flash has his own TV show, and who knows, whenever they do the Flashpoint movie, how many years the Flash is going to be on before they do a Flash movie. You know what I mean? So it's like it's hard to kind of keep people interested, because they're doing Flashpoint, and it's like awesome, but we've had Flash now for 3 seasons. We're about to get into the 4th season, and we still don't have a Flash movie. So it's the same thing with Power Rangers. Power Rangers has had a show constantly on TV, whether it's a new series and they're continuing it, but then to try to make a Power Rangers movie, it's kind of hard to kind of get people that can just watch it at home go to see it in movie form. And it's their
my.
Yeah. What?
Eric Simmons, how old are you? If your favorite one is Time Force. Power Rangers Time Force is not the best Power Rangers show.
How old is that?
Time Force. Let me pull it up to make sure that I'm actually saying it right, because I want to say.
I know that it seems like every year there's a new series for Power Rangers.
Oh yes, it seems like every.
I don't get it. And apparently Japan is actually ahead of us. Japan has Power Rangers episodes or a series that have not aired in the U.S. yet.
Power Rangers Time Force, February 3rd through November 17th of 2001.
Jesus. I remember back in the early 90s when I was really young watching Power Rangers, the original series.
Oh, well, Demolition Man says 2008, but I'm looking on Wikipedia, and Wikipedia says 2001.
Now, that could have been 2001 in Japan, 2008 here.
Well, okay, that's actually true.
Because Japan apparently is a series ahead of us. Like, there's series ahead that we haven't got yet. Apparently Japan, like, they do so much, and we're behind. So I can't keep up with it. All I know is one night, me and my friend, he was going through the list of Power Rangers, like suits and different Power Rangers that have appeared throughout the entirety of the shows. And he was sending me the most bizarre ones. There was one where they're all like animals, like shark and a gorilla or something. It was really bizarre. Like different Rangers. I'm like, what the hell is this? What is this nonsense? What happened? What happened to just colors? Why did it have to go to animals?
Right, yeah.
I don't get it.
I really enjoyed the original Power Rangers. And yes, now that I look back at it on how cheesy it was, the acting and the martial arts and all that, yeah, you kind of grow out of it, but it's still nostalgic. You know, it still brings that feeling of, you know, this is what I like to watch back in the day.
Yeah.
Of course, that's the same thing with me watching the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Transformers and Thundercats, He-Man, Voltron.
Oh! I remember Thundercats.
Yes.
I heard rumors that they're wanting to make a movie for Thundercats.
They're casting right now.
They're casting for a Thundercats movie?
Well, they're trying to get people cast.
Holy shit. I didn't know that. God damn.
There are a lot of actors and actresses that are interested in the roles, because right now they're kind of in their process of call casting.
They've been trying to get this movie like made for years, so I'm surprised.
Oh, for years.
Yeah.
We had He-Man Masters of the Universe movie, and it was late 80s. And then we had the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles live action with the turtle suits on the people. And then we had the next one was Transformers. And then after Transformers, we had the Ninja Turtles reboot. So basically all I'm waiting on is Thundercats, a rebooted He-Man, which they're going to do. It's going to be called Masters of the Universe. I'm waiting for a Voltron movie.
That's been rumored for a while, too.
Yeah, that's been a rumor for a long time. They've been trying to get that off the ground too. And there's one more nostalgic 70s and 80s cartoon, and I can't think off the top of my head, that they've been really trying to get off the ground.
It seems like everything that was popular back in the 70s, 80s, they're trying so hard to make a movie. They're trying. It's
Well,
just
that's what they're trying to do, is they're trying to play off our emotions, our nostalgic emotions, that we're actually going to go see it because we liked it when we were a kid. And that's why
it's
you
gonna
will
make money.
see,
Make a new shared universe. You
yeah,
know?
that's why you're going to see a lot of movie trailers, which we've seen before with like the 70s and 80s rock music,
Yep.
because we're in that 80s nostalgia right now.
I
I'm
don't.
just,
I don't get. Yeah, because of Stranger Things really like, elevated that so much with
yeah.
that show. So I don't know. I can't keep.
Oh,
I
did
can't
you know
keep up.
we've been streaming for 2 hours?
Almost 2 hours. Almost.
Almost 2 hours. Golly.
Why? You want to call it, boy?
Oh, it's getting close. Getting close.
Yeah.
Okay, he said Turbo sucks. Yeah. Power Rangers Turbo, I absolutely hated that one.
Oh, Electric Alex shows up finally. Jesus.
Alex. Oh,
Yeah.
that's why people. Oh, yeah, the Pennywise and Jumanji. Yeah. Okay, the movie It. I
Yeah.
think I'm really gonna like it, but Jumanji, I don't think I'm gonna like it.
Yeah. The difference between Jumanji and it is Jumanji is completely changing the format and going video game route, and they're making it really just, I don't know. And with it, they're really going that creepy holy shit factor. Like it's really creepy. Like there's a 5 second, like, cause you know when you sometimes watch YouTube videos and the ad will pop up and it's like a 5 second ad and then you can't skip it. It's just 5 seconds and it goes right to the video. They have a five
Yes, yeah.
second ad where the balloon just floats up and then Pennywise is staring at the camera and he smiles and he goes, it. It's creepy. It's 5 seconds, but it's creepy as hell. I'm like, oh, okay. And then there's a clip of when the boat goes down in the drain and Pennywise is like there with the boat. It's like a 40-second clip from the movie, and the boy's like, I'm not supposed to talk to strangers. He's like, I'm Pennywise. I'm like, oh. He's like, okay, now we're not strangers. He's like, I really must go. Like, you want the boat, right? Take it. And he says it like that. I'm like, oh. And then it cuts before we see anything. But it's like, God, that is, oh. It's gonna be,
Yeah, see,
it's gonna be good. I think it's
that's
good.
that's nostalgic to me because I remember being a kid and watching the TV miniseries movie on TV, and then when it was available, I bought it. I bought it with my own personal allowance
Yeah.
on VHS. I bought the VHS version, and it came in part one and in part two. Part one was the kids, and the part two is the
Yeah.
adults. But I remember buying it with my own money, and I remember loving that movie because it was the first scary movie that really got underneath my skin. And I really think that this new version, this new remake, is gonna put an interesting spin on the character
It's,
compared to
yeah.
Jumanji.
Yeah. And the original It movie, it was the clown was more comedic but also creepy at the same time. And it feels like this new it's just creepy. There's no real comedic thing. They're just going for the creep factor and the fact that they're not doing a part one. Like I think they're going to do a part two, which is when they're adults. But this one's strictly just focusing on them being kids, which makes sense because I think if you only focus on that part of the story now, and if it works, then you can do a part two later, like a year and a half, and so you can continue. So you don't have to cram the part one and part two into a 2 hour movie. You can actually split it and let things breathe and let things flow better instead of trying to cram it all into one thing.
Do you think that they will do the part one and part two, the kids and the adults, and then stop? Or do you think we're going to have some sort of spin-off and some sort of, a cinematic universe or something along those lines?
I hope not. I hope not. Because it would just make no sense for me logically if they did that because The difference is the reason why they spun off with the Conjuring stuff is that they introduced all these different like entities, if you will. But with it, it's just the alien. It's not there's nothing really more to it. So if they were like, okay, look, we're gonna do a third and a fourth and a fifth, we're gonna keep going, they're milking it. Like it's supposed to be a 2-part story with these kids now adults. That's it. If they do more, they're milking it. That's when I'll get annoyed. So that's just me.
So you don't want to see it like a Freddy or a Jason or anything where they just keep coming back.
No, because they ruin the franchises that way. Because think about it, the original Friday the 13th, the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original Nightmare on Elm Street, those were classic horror movies. Then what happened? Sequel, sequel, sequel. And they kept going because they weren't being told no. But now look at it. They tried to do another Friday the 13th. They did a Friday the 13th reboot in 2009. It bombed. They tried to do a Friday the 13th Elm Street 2010. It bombed. They've tried to do Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It keeps failing. They keep trying it. It keeps failing. It doesn't get commercial success. They tried to do another Friday the 13th reboot again, and then okay, it's happening. It's not happening. It's happening. Okay, it's not happening. And it's not happening right now. So let it die. The reason why it didn't get oversaturated is they did it one time and they waited a long time before trying to reboot it. And I think because Stephen King said no. I bet they kept asking, can we do it again? No. Nope. Can't do it. Because Stephen King he's getting rights back for all of his like movie rights for his stories. He got back to the corn and something else.
I don't know where I read that at, but I did read a blurb, some sort of blog, movie news, that he was getting all of his stuff back.
Yeah, he got Children of the Corn and something else back, and it makes sense because he doesn't want it to just to keep doing it. Because they did Children of the Corn, they did a ton of Children of the Corn movies too, and those bombed well. So Stephen King's doing it smart. The Dark Tower didn't really work, but I feel like it's going to really work for him this year, and then he'll probably allow Children of the Corn to go to maybe the same studio that does it. And does it similar style, where it's just creepy, and they really go for that dark factor that it's trying to go for, and maybe it'll work. But oversaturated.
I just wish that the monster cinematic universe would take off and go, because for the longest time they've been trying to get, Dracula, Wolfman, the Mummy. They've been trying to get all these original classic monster movie cinematic universe up and running, and it's not working.
The Mummy tanked pretty bad.
Yes.
It did better than people thought it would, but it still didn't do amazingly well. And it's weird because I don't think they've changed their schedule, but apparently the next movie in this new monster universe, the Dark Universe, is supposed to be The Bride of Frankenstein. It's not going to be Frankenstein. It's going to be The Bride. What? Like,
see, with the Mummy, you had the introduction of Mr. Hyde and Dr. Jekyll, which I thought was kind of a cool thing to do. And I wasn't expecting that with.
Yeah, but if you're going to do the Frankenstein, why are you doing The Bride of Frankenstein and not Frankenstein first? Like, unless you're saying Frankenstein already exists and we don't need his origin.
Well, I mean, most people do know his origin. I mean, it was a dead body. We got him a brain. He got rolled up. Lightning struck him, and now he's alive. I mean, we know the history. Yeah,
but I just think it's kind of weird. Like they're going with that next is The Bride of Frankenstein.
Oh my goodness, David Crabtree, the Monster Squad. You mentioned the Monster Squad. I love you. That is the coolest 80s monster movie out there.
Yeah, they should do that in the cinematic universe. So they should
do. They should do like a Monster Squad type Goonies movie.
That'd be amazing if they did that. That'd be amazing. Oh my god! But that'd be too comedic. They would really ruin their whole dark universe, man. It would really ruin the. But then again, maybe they want to go for a change because it didn't really work.
I actually think I'm not 100% sure, but I think I did a Monster Squad Part 2 sequel pitch on my channel.
Oh, okay.
I'm not quite sure. I'm going to have to actually look that up, but I think I did. But I love the Monster Squad, man. I have the remastered collector's edition DVD.
Wow. Was it expensive? Or was it
It
kind
was
of
like, it was like $25, $26.
Oh, okay. Yeah, some Blu-rays are really expensive. I don't know why. Like, I don't know. There was what the Age of Ultron Blu-ray is like $40 or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm like, the fuck? I don't want to spend $40. Jesus Christ. But I don't know. I think the Dark Universe isn't going to work just because the mummy's supposed to open it, and then the mummy tanked. How are you supposed to get the universe up and running after the first movie just doesn't work?
Well, it's the same thing with Dracula Untold. They said
Yeah.
Dracula Untold was supposed to help kickstart it.
And when it didn't work, they said, "Oh, it's not part of the universe." No.
Right.
But it's
Well,
like,
it's the same.
ugh.
It's the same thing with the Hulk. You know,
Yeah.
we were waiting for Ed Norton in the Avengers, and we
Yeah.
didn't get it
Because
I like that version.
yeah, it's because MCU is so successful, and realistically, the X-Men universe is successful because it's got a ton of movies involved in it. That everyone wants a cinematic universe. DC's done it now. Universal's trying to do it with their Monsters universe. I mean, everyone's trying to do a cinematic universe. It's too much to keep up with.
Well, again, you know, it's not that hard to figure out. If you can create a franchise, you've got money.
Yeah, that's their mindset, but it's like you're expecting the audiences to keep up with all of these franchises. It's hard for someone who doesn't keep up with all this stuff all the time, keeping up with casting, keeping up with trailers and movie releases. It's hard for them to keep up. Okay, what universe is this a part of? Like, because then you have, if you really want to be dedicated to the MCU, you have to watch all the movies. You have to keep up with what's going on. DC, luckily, they don't have many movies, so it's not really hard to catch up. But it's like you have to keep up with everything else. You're going to miss out on stuff. Because when let's say the Dark Universe succeeds, 8 movies in, and you want to, okay, I want to get into it. I'm going to go see that new Monsters movie. It's 8 movies in, and they're going to be making references to stuff you've never heard about, and you're not going to enjoy the movie because you don't know what the hell they're talking about. That's the problem.
And especially when people start talking about in-credit scenes and you have no idea what they're talking about.
Exactly, because now it's a new trend. Before a movie drops, the question is there an in-credit scene? Is there a mid-credit scene? Do we have to stay? And it's like there's articles getting released the day before and over the weekend telling people, don't leave the theater. There's an after-credit scene. There's a mid-credit scene. It's like Marvel trained people to sit in their seats, but then it's like every franchise type movie, is it going to have an end credit scene? That's the question. So it's too much. The King Kong movie that came out earlier this year, it has an end credit scene. It's crazy, but it's the thing to do because Marvel got audiences used to staying in their seats.
Got a comment saying about the Justice League Dark movie. And the Justice League Dark Universe. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yes. Constantine. Shia LaBeouf to be Constantine? No. 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 Have you seen the Emoji Movie?
They've really got to work hard with that advertisement. They have to work hard because people know that the Justice League movie is coming out. And we have the DC, heroes, Superman, Wonder Woman, Batman, all of them are in here. And then you throw out a movie that has the exact same title, but
except
it's
dark,
different.
Yeah. Like, unless they call it something different, but I don't see why they would because everyone knows from the comics it's called Justice League Dark.
Yeah, so you're going to have to do some interesting casting and interesting trailers and commercials and advertisement for this because the average movie goer isn't going to want to watch it because they don't know what the heck is going on.
Which makes me think the Justice League Dark movie is going to have a character from the Justice League to help elevate it.
That's the only way you're going to get people to get their butts in the seat.
That's why when they did Justice League Dark animated movie, Batman was on the forefront. Batman was on the front cover of the DVD and Blu-ray. So That's how they got the Justice League Dark movie to be successful. Like, it's not just because Batman, but Batman got a lot of people to check it out if they originally weren't going to, maybe. So I'm not saying Batman, but I could see, you know, I don't know, Cyborg show up. I don't know. It all just depends.
Eric, you mentioned Zatanna again. Did you mention that earlier as well? I think
You're
really hooked on Zatanna.
Yeah. Someone's asking, have you seen the Emoji Movie? No.
No, I have not seen the Emoji Movie. I really don't have a plan to watch it at all. It's not really a movie that's advertised and geared toward me.
Nope. Not about that life. I don't want to watch Patrick Stewart, Professor X, voicing the poop emoji. I'm good.
Now, you want to talk about Justice League Dark and how I want Swamp Thing in Justice League Dark? Then you got a conversation.
I think that you have to do Swamp Thing.
You have to.
You can't ignore that character for Justice League Dark. You can't. And don't do the Suicide Squad route where it's prosthetics. No, CGI Swamp Thing with a voice actor who can do it well. Like, don't do the Killer Croc makeup Suicide Squad. No, CGI. You got to go CGI or else it's going to look weird. He's a big entity. He's not a human. It's a big entity. You can't just do Swamp Thing. Hey, you know, it's there. No, it's a big motherfucker. He's huge. And yeah, you have to have Constantine too. And you have to have Zatanna and all that.
I want to see them do Swamp Thing like they do Ant-Man. How Ant-Man grows and shrinks.
Yeah.
I want to see Swamp Thing grow into this huge monster of a Swamp Thing and just crushing everything.
That'd be brutal, but awesome. I mean, I guess it just depends on budget. But I would think that if they're going to go all the way, they need to just go all the way and do it. I mean, it might be the only Justice League Dark movie they make, but you got to go out with a bang. I don't know. It's like they have so many movies announced, yet they're taking forever on getting things rolling. That's the problem. They've announced so many movies. It's like every week there's a new movie announced. It's like, just get to it. Stop announcing new ones. Just get to the ones you already announced.
I mean, if they did Justice League and they did Flashpoint and they did Aquaman and they did Green Lantern 4, I'd be happy.
But they gotta go Justice League Dark.
Justice League, okay. I mean, I'm really excited for Flashpoint.
Just to see a evil Wonder Woman, and you know, that'd be cool. And then obviously Barry saves his mom, but you know, and Flashpoint Batman with guns, Thomas Wayne, going crazy.
Oh, well, I mean, come on, we've already got that in Batman v Superman. He's shooting and killing people.
That's true, but this is not Thomas Wayne getting vengeance for his son's death. That's Batman tired as fuck and he's going to retire. Big difference. But no. We've now officially been streaming for 2 hours. Officially.
Yes. 2 hours. 2 hours with me sitting here without going to the bathroom.
Is that a hint that it's time to end it? Is that what you're saying?
We're getting there.
Okay. Maybe start winding it down. Guys, we're going to wind it down a little bit. We're going to take it down a little bit. We're going to relax.
Actually, what I'm really interested in is the fact that we've only got 11 people watching the stream. And then when you stream by yourself, you've got like 250 people and you stream for like 3 hours and there's questions popping up everywhere.
Well, that's the thing. I think with the title of you and the people are like, oh, okay, streaming with someone else. But yeah, if I was streaming on Injustice 2 or me just sitting here, people are like, I've never had 250 people, but when I did the stream after the finales of all the shows, the CW shows, I had 90, 89, 93 people like just spamming the same questions. Dude, what do you think happened? What do you think's going to happen? I'm like, I don't know, guys. I don't know. I'm just guessing, just speculating. But I didn't want to title it like Ask Us Questions, Star Wars, Marvel, because I didn't want it to get really repetitive and really boring. Because they will literally come in here and spam the same questions we've already answered 10 times. It will.
Oh, yeah, right?
That's why I didn't do it that way, because I can't. I get tired of it, and I do it upon myself. Okay, let's talk about Star Wars. It's always Marvel, DC crap. It's all the time. It's like, oh, Jesus. But we covered stuff that I usually don't talk about. I don't talk about Power Rangers a lot. I've never talked about Thundercats on a live stream before. That's interesting. Wow. I'm trying to remember. Like, yeah, there's a Voltron Netflix show. Do you know about that?
Yes, I do know about that. Again, it's a TV show. Haven't got into it yet, but it is on my list.
Yes. You should watch it then. Well, that's an interesting question. They're starting a DC streaming. If they start a DC streaming network universe, do you think they will center it around Nightwing? I ask because he's the most connected hero in DC, the linchpin of DC, as Jeff Johns once said. Well, I have a feeling that the DC streaming service in general will have more live action shows than just Titans. They're just not going to announce them yet. I feel like we're going to have other characters who have not appeared live action or have in the past, but they're going to have their own show on the DC streaming service because they're expecting people to pay money each month. They have to have more content, more original content to keep people staying around. So maybe, I don't know, but that's just me. I got nothing. All I got. All I got. All I got. That's all I got for you people. Yeah, the Netflix on, yeah.
I'm actually trying to think what DC characters that we haven't got yet that I would like to see as a TV show.
Dr. Fate.
Ooh, that would be a good one.
Yep. Dr. Fate. It'd be really hard to do, but then they wouldn't do it. But Wonder Woman would be cool on TV. That'd be cool. Live action Wonder Woman, 13 episodes per season, maybe. I don't know. That'd be kind of cool. But that's just, throwing out ideas. The movie was great. I think it'd be cool to have a, show.
Maybe like a Shazam or something.
Ooh, Shazam. Okay. Maybe. It all depends. The Netflix shows, they literally spend next to nothing for those Marvel shows to make. So DC, if they would do these things, they would have to spend a lot of money. So I guess it depends on budget. Budget's the main thing. I think why they're doing the Titan shows because they know it's going to bring an audience in and they can spend a little bit more money than usual. But I think when they start doing other shows, they have to be cautious about money, I would think. But that's just me thinking about the bigger picture because there's a streaming service that we have no idea what's going to happen. Yeah, I know Dr. Fate was in Smallville. I'm talking about a live action show on the DC streaming service.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. That's just me. I would like.
Yeah, Dr. Fate. Now, of course, are you still watching Smallville? Because we just got that in the comments. Dr. Fate was in Smallville. I will give you that.
No, I know he is. I know. I've seen a lot of stuff on YouTube from the show. It's hard for me to watch that show. In season 1, it's really hard to watch it, just because the villain of the week is really bad, and it's just it's really like all the good stuff happens seasons later, and it's hard to get through it. So I stopped watching after a while back, but I have seen specific stuff on YouTube from the show, but like it's hard to actually sit down and watch it. But I think it was a good concept because it helped inspire the Arrowverse, because Smallville was around for 10 years and doing their own version of Clark Kent and raising him to be Superman. But it's hard for me to watch those first season. I'm on the first season. It's hard to watch.
Yeah, because we got a lot of DC characters in Smallville. I mean, everything from Flash to Deathstroke and Deadshot, and we got Dr. Fate, and we got Supergirl,
Hawkman. Martian Manhunter. Yeah. Green Arrow.
Green Arrow. Yeah, I mean, we've got all these characters that was kind of interesting to throw within that show, but I mean, I wanted them to have their own spin-off shows.
Yeah. But unfortunately, it didn't work that way. But there's so many possibilities. I just think that they need to have more shows secured for that DC streaming service for it to work, for people to be interested enough to pay for it. So,
ooh, what about DC Watchmen as a Netflix?
ooh, that'd be interesting. DC Watchmen.
Like I would want to see more Manhattan.
Yeah, I would not be against that if they could pull it off. You know, all depends on that budget, son. That's the unfortunate part. You can do so many things in animation form. Live action, it's so much harder. So, because I mean, the Flash, they reuse a lot of the running shots they've already built for the show throughout the show continuing. A lot of the times whenever he's running from point A to point B, they use a shot they've already used before. They keep using the same shot.
Yeah.
Because it costs money. So they're trying to save money. So I don't know. It's all about budget. How much money are they willing to put into this Titan show? If they make it look really good, then they're really dedicated into putting the money into making this look good.
Well, if you're talking about money and finances, I mean, it wouldn't really be hard to do a standalone Rorschach.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I'm down for whatever. I just think they need to be careful in what they do, because whatever they decide to do on that streaming service, besides old content and new original content, it has to be good enough for people to go out and purchase the new service, because you're asking people to spend more money on top of Netflix and all this other kind of stuff. So it's got to be good. It can't look like crap. So
it's the same thing as me advertising my road trip video series, but no one seems to be wanting to donate.
YouTube's a pain, man. It is a pain. So 6 people watching now. People have left. They're tired of us talking.
They are. We mentioned that we were getting ready to
slow
down.
They left.
Yep.
Oh my God. And then tomorrow my mom leaves out for a cruise for the week, so I'm going to be even more bored because I can't go see her and bother her. Ugh. It's annoying.
So since there's not very many people watching, and I'm assuming they're either loyal fans of you or they're from the Reactors League.
Reactors League.
Where do you want to see the meetup go? What is your idea?
I would prefer it not be San Diego again, if I could be perfectly honest with you.
All right.
I've already been. You've already been.
I mean, I think that's a lot of people's point of view is, I've already been to San Diego. San Diego was cool. I wouldn't mind going back, but, there's plenty of places to go.
Yeah, and the fact that a lot of the people's reasoning why they didn't go is because it was too far away. And, they prefer something a little bit closer. So I feel like it'd be better for the people that were already there to travel so that it could help accommodate more people to show up at the next one. But that's just me thinking about the bigger picture, not individuals. Because I spent over $500 on a plane ticket, over $500 on a hotel room, over $1,000 total for that trip. So, people need to travel too. Because I'll travel again, but that was a lot of money because I went across the country. If we can go somewhere closer to me, that would help. That would benefit me more, and I bet it would benefit other people that live on the East Coast. Because a lot of people were going to go, and then as it got close, like, I can't make it. It's too much. It's too far. I can't do it. I thought I could, and it's crazy. But yeah, if I had to pick, it would be, I wouldn't say East Coast specifically, but just somewhere closer, like maybe closer to the middle of the state, so it's easier for people, I would think.
Yeah, there's been you've probably seen the comments. There's been people suggesting Denver, Colorado, people suggesting maybe St. Louis or Kansas City, Missouri. There's been talk of Orlando or Miami, Florida.
That'd be good choices. My uncle actually lives about 30 minutes or so from from Orlando, not Miami, from Orlando. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, because that's only an hour flight to the airport in Florida from me. So that's gonna be way better for me. But that's on me. I mean, I don't know about everybody else, but I would think for at least for Anthony Smith, who was supposed to show up, Anthony Knight, he's in New York, and he would have to fly across country too if he went to San Diego, which he couldn't make due to work. Flying to Florida is probably a lot easier for him. So,
Right.
you know, and then Torchwood Boy said he'll show up wherever. Like he's bound and determined to come next year, no matter what. So it all depends on, I guess, how much time we give people. That's the thing. I can't really plan it because I ain't running shit no more. So that's all. That's on you.
Oh, whoa. It's not just on me.
Well, it's on you and on the other admins to figure this out. I'm just giving suggestions, okay? I got no power here, okay?
I know I do a lot of activity in the Reactors League, but I'm not considered the lead admin.
Well, you're acting like it.
I'm part of a collective source here.
Collective. It's a collective, everybody. A collective. He's a
although I will say, have you seen the Reactors League Twitter polls?
Yes, I've been tweeting. I've been retweeting them and voting, all this kind of stuff. Yeah.
Those are mine.
Yeah, of course. I knew it was you because when we got off the phone having an hour conversation about all this shit, you go to that Twitter account. Okay, let's get this Twitter thing going. Come on now. Let's get it going. Good.
Yeah.
Good. Oh, man. You guys talking to Reactors meet up? Yes, we are in Demolition. We were. Yeah.
Did we just jump back up in views?
Yeah, we're like, oh, wait, meet up? What? Yeah. I mean, my thing is, though, is that it's specifically for the reactors, but no, well, I was thinking for a second there, what if we could invite, like, not all fans, but, like, specific fans that we know are not crazy, but it's supposed to be a Reactors League meetup, not a Reactors League plus fans meetup.
Well, yeah, I mean, and we've talked about that before where we have, like, some sort of Reactor Con.
I would love that. It would be so. It would make everything so much easier because okay, we're going to do a meetup at the con because we're all going to be there anyway. So how about we just do a meetup at the con if that ever happened, which it would never happen. But we would there would have to be a panel for the Reactors League. You bring all fans from all different people into the Reactors League panel. I'll moderate the panel since I'm not an admin. I'll moderate the panel. Like, hey.
So you're going to have a panel for all 100 and 205?
No, the admins are going to be up on the panel. Reactors League members are going to be in the audience, and we'll shout them out. But since I'm not an admin, I'm going to be the moderator, and I'll ask you guys questions about, so that great, wonderful admin who left a while back, how great was he, right? Wink, wink, asking questions, just being silly,
Yeah, I think I'm going to pass on this question. Next one.
He was a piece of shit. Move on. Something else, please. He wasn't that good. Move on. Get me to go to the Reactor meetup. Stop pitching at Chainsaw. I said no. No, I don't want you to go Demolition. I don't like you anymore. I don't like Demolition. He's mean. But yeah, Reactor Con would be great. But then again, I would run into people I don't like, so that would not be good. Yeah.
Yeah, again, it would be fun, to have different reactors within the ReactCon be there. You have different types of fan base because some of them like the younger crowd, some of them like the college crowd, some of them are the older crowd. So it'd be nice to have that cross for everyone.
Some reactors went to VidCon, which is YouTube's con. They went to that. Yeah. But I don't know. I don't think we're good enough for VidCon. We're not good enough for that.
I think Humanoid said something about he was going to some sort of Comic-Con in Canada.
Now, it's funny. The con that happens in my city was happening when I was in California. So I missed out on being there. I've never been to a Comic-Con, though, so I don't know how it's like. I have no idea. It's just a big room full of nerds, basically.
I was actually trying to find the information he sent me. Like, there's going to be a whole lot of cool people there.
Okay. Well, yeah, because I know they're doing like an international meetup. I know that. Like an international meetup, I think.
Like, from the Avengers, the Falcon is supposed to be there.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean. Okay.
Eddie Hudson from Ghostbusters, the original black guy from Ghostbusters, is supposed to be there.
Oh, okay.
Gene Simmons is supposed to be there.
What? Okay.
William Shatner is supposed to be there.
Makes sense.
I mean, there's a lot of different varieties of actors that are going to be at this Expo Comic-Con thing.
Yeah, the one that was in my town wasn't that big. It didn't get people like that, from what I saw. So, however, you want to wrap this up, man?
Yeah, I want to wrap it up. I want to mention that David says I might do a Reactors League art piece.
Yeah, he's the guy that did my artwork.
Oh, that would be cool.
Yep.
Pretty cool. Reactors League has a poster.
Yep.
But it's not. I don't think it's been public.
I don't know. You can make it public. I'm saying you are running the Twitter account. You can make it public.
I could, but it is just a member edition type of thing only. Maybe I'll make a public one, but I'm not quite sure.
It would be fun. Come on. All right, man.
It's kind of like it was kind of like a special thing just for our group, just for the ones that, just to show them that you're a reactor. We accepted you into the group. Thank you. Here's the poster with your name on it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that'd be cool. All right. It's been almost 2.5 hours. It's been fun. If you guys missed any of it, you can rewatch it. It'll be available to rewatch if you guys want to do that. You should. Subscribe to TheRealWeaz. I will post it one more time. Here's a link to his channel. Please
don't do it. Don't do it.
Subscribe. Come on, subscribe to TheRealWeaz. Come on now. Help him out. Get him some views. Spread his videos around. Go crazy. That's all I gotta say.
Thank you very much.
Yes. And I will see you guys later. Bye.
Later, guys.